Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Tuesday evening, and Trump is speaking on at the White House. He's talking about the economy, so we'll follow that. See what's going on in the market. Things were looking good with Kodak and Bull and a few other ones popping up. So we'll see what else wants to get popping. And first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, everybody. Maybe we will just should we pop on Trump and listen to him a little bit? We can maybe have the volume on low, like he's like music in the background. We can do that. We'll just have him real low right there. So here you go. That's what Trump's on right there. And I'm guessing if I hold on, let me try to figure this out here. Now that I have that up there, I guess that's on X. I'd have to go over to here. And it's still in the background. So there you go. We could listen to it a little bit. I'll leave it on there. I can't really hear it. The hell with it. We'll just turn it off. I'll kill the volume. We'll come back to it and see what's going on. But Trump is speaking right there about the economy, or delivers remarks on the economy. So if anybody's watching or paying attention, let us know exactly what he's talking about and if it's good or bad or what's going to happen. We'll see how that affects the market. Interesting how he goes on and speaks the night before the rate cut right here. So that is interesting, right before Powell goes and speaks. So we'll see if that really bumps up the market right there. We'll look and see how the market was today. SPY did close down. That doesn't look too healthy right there. Obviously can curl right back up tomorrow, especially with Trump speaking about the economy. So is it the new Fed chair? I'm not even sure, Laptop Travel, what he's talking about. Want me to leave it on here? There, I'll talk over it. Let me know if that's too crazy. I know people talk over some stuff. I'll just talk over it. I just can't pay attention to whatever he's talking about, but you guys might be able to hear both things going on. I don't know. Tell me if it's too distracting for you or whatever, so you guys can let me know. I'll leave it on there and we'll go through some stuff. And if it's too distracting, you tell me. I don't even hear it, so it doesn't even faze me. So I have no idea, but it can be like background music. It's good old Trump talking right there about the economy. And let's look at crypto right here, because Bitcoin was pushing them as 94 at one point today. And we'll take a look at that real quick. And like I said, staying in a bullish channel here, I would say so. And there you go. Did it get to that? It did. It got to 94.5. So I didn't even notice that it did get up there. I saw it right around there. And there you go. So again, just like we were talking about, looking good. Ethereum's looking pretty good. We were talking about that. Look at it, jumped right up to the 50 there. And BMNR was looking good. Solana looking a lot better today. And here you go with Ripple right here. So there you go. Ripple starting to rip up there, looking a lot better. Let me just turn this down just a little bit here, and you guys can. There we go. That's perfect. And it's like background music. We can listen to it. I don't even know what it's talking about. So that's Trump talking about the economy. I have no idea what he's chirping about, but you guys can listen. And there's Doge, and that is curling up, looking really good there. So again, guys, I do think your crypto is getting into that bullish channel going into the end of the year right here. Looking pretty good. That's your Cardano. That was already looking pretty nice. And here's your Stellar, looking pretty stellar. Chainlink right here, good old looking pretty good right there between the channels right there. So yeah, that one's looking pretty good, I must say. And let's see if we're optimistic right here. And let's see, I was thinking T when my buddy T likes Chainlink all the time. That one, and I was trying to think of the other one. That's why I forgot. I couldn't think of his name when I went to say it. But yeah, T likes Chainlink, and H-Bar, that was the other one. I couldn't think of it as I was going to say it, and then I completely went blank about it all. Oh yeah, T likes Link and H-Bar. Here's optimism right here. So there you go with optimism, and I'm pretty optimistic that they're getting cruising right there. You can see it looks pretty bullish. So that's what it looks like. Trump is talking. Not sure what he's talking about. I'm not sure if it's bothering you guys, but if it is, just let me know. If not, I'll leave it on in the background as background music. How about that? And here we go. Oh, that Fed decision's almost like 100% for tomorrow. 97%, 0.25 decrease right there. Just like I told you guys, if we went into a government shutdown, what would we see? 0.25 decreases across the board. Definitely rate cuts all the way to the end of the year. There was no doubt in my mind. And there you go. So another accurate thing to call out there before it even happened. And anyway, let's go through and see what's happening in the market and see if Trump's going to pump the market up here. And like I said, I'm not sure what the heck he's even talking about, but apparently it's related to the economy. So, President Trump delivers remarks on the economy right here. 78,000 people watching just on X alone. I'm not sure where else it's broadcast, probably on YouTube and all kinds of good stuff, but that is on X right there. And I'll just leave it on in the background and we'll get cruising through the market and see what's going on here. So let's see. And what did Laptop Travel say? Yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about. And if your pal and I knew I was going to be replaced, I'd buy a crap load of puts and then tell Trump and the country no rate cuts and retire a billionaire. That's pretty funny. Yeah, as it's like a 97%. I Laptop Travel, you know what I would do if I were him? I would just say no rate cuts and then just bet like a fortune on the poly market because when it looks like this and it says no change at 3%, you would make a fortune right there. So yeah, that would be pretty wild if Powell went out a billionaire just off a poly market and just was like, screw everybody, no rate cuts. And there I am. I'm going to go out into the sunset and thank you, Polymarket. And you guys have a great year and great life. And I'll see you guys later. I'm a billionaire. And then he just walks off the stage and drops the mic and rolls out. Could you imagine that shit? Do you think he'd make it to his house? I don't know. But anyway, that would be pretty wild. That's for sure. Would Polymarket pay him? That's the question right there. Would Polymarket actually pay him? Would they even have that kind of money? So he can't. I know it's not legal for U.S. citizens to play the Polymarket. I know. I'm just making up scenarios and jokes right there. But yeah, that would be pretty funny. And that wouldn't be funny. It would be pretty wild, to be honest with you. It'd be like our professional sports now. It's all kinds of rigged and people betting on it and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So anyway, ONDS right here was up a little bit today. That's one that we've been following, obviously, and looking good. Looks like it wants to run up a little bit more tomorrow. So I would say you can keep an eye on that ONDS right there. I know the Galaxy was running up and a bunch of other ones we'll get to today. So let's keep an eye and see what's going to be good. Open door right here. Actually looking a little bit better right now with your rate cuts coming up. And again, this is like a mortgage company or something to do with housing. I don't know what the hell they even do, to be completely honest with you. I actually like to click on the names of them because it takes you to the website and it's kind of cool now. So yeah, I do. I'll show you which website's really cool here. This one's not so fun, I'll tell you that. But watch this, guys. This one's cool. Ready for like a little movie to start? Watch this. AV, they had their earnings today. Didn't look so good there, Joseph Levy. How are you? But yeah, check this out. This is what I was talking about in the Discord. If you guys were on there earlier, I was saying this morning, I said, check this website out. Watch this, guys. This thing's crazy. Ready? Watch this thing load up. Here we go. Drones. And it looks like a movie. I'm telling you, check this thing out. This is their website. That thing like hurts my eyes, but it's all good. And yeah, look at that thing. I mean, here we go. We're mapping out things, and look where we're at. We're in drones, and I don't even know what the hell that is. What are them boxes? Are they drones or something? I'm not even sure. But then you got all kinds of crazy stuff coming out. AV Halo Command. Look at this. That I'm like, am I right? Look, I got tanks and drones. I'm like, holy cow! I feel like I'm watching a movie or playing a video game, and then all this stuff came on. I was like, man, this thing's pretty entertaining right here. Check this out. With Trump in the background, I think they got a great new website right there. They might as well keep the Trump in the background, and then it's like talking with Trump, and then you got drones flying. I mean, this is pretty badass right here. So if you ever need to watch a little video or something, just throw AV's website on. I mean, that's pretty wild, is it not? So pretty cool website. It just keeps going for a little while too. So there you go. It tells you about all this stuff. How crazy is that? Look at this thing. Holy shit. Look at this thing, guys. How awesome is this website? There you go. So Own a Mission, AV Halo. And how cool is that thing? So there you go. AV. It didn't do so well today in the after hours. It actually bounced back up a little bit, huh? It did take a huge dip, bounce back up. And but there you go. But a really cool website right there. So I say that is pretty dope. Looks like the game they advertise on Facebook, that when you download the game is not what is advertised. That's pretty funny right there. And Luis Rodriguez, oh damn, you like the backgrounds? Appreciate that. Yeah, I hope you guys like all the new thumbnails. They are fun. And I was like, I got to change it up here because it did look kind of bland with my YouTube page, just all kind of the same ones all the time. So it didn't look like I would click. I was like, I wouldn't really click on that video. So I got to change these things and make them look a lot cooler. But yeah, Bull and Kodak beauties today right there. And let's see what else is going on. So yeah, that's AVAV, just talking about their website. And then if you're wondering what the hell's going on, I got Trump on in the background. It's just some background music right there. He's speaking about the economy. I have no idea what he's even saying. I can't even hear him really or pay attention, but sounds pretty cool. It's just Trump's voice in the background. So it's like background music tonight. We'll keep it on, and it's not bothering you guys apparently. So we'll just keep on cruising along here. And let's see, what did it say? Persians for Trump, a planet t-shirt. I didn't even notice that, but oh, right there, Persians for Trump. That's pretty hilarious right there. Persians, I would say that's pretty planted there. Laptop travel. You're not getting into that spot unless you're being like thoroughly they know exactly what you have on. It's nothing crazy unless it's for Trump. Like all these people are hardcore Trump guys. And it says Persians for Trump, Trump hat. Yeah, that's definitely placed right there. So I like it. And oh, I'm not like that. I'm just liking the fact that you picked it out. Let's put it that way. And so yeah, good eye on that. That's totally planted right there. I agree 100%. I didn't even pick it up, but you did. So good eye, good catch. And here we go. Let's see what's going on here. And the 12 days of Dougie Fresh backgrounds. There you go. I like it. And yeah, I figure I'll just do a new one each day. It's kind of fun. And in the morning one, I'll do like maybe 5 different ones each month. And then I'll just make it like once a week. You'll get just like that one. Like maybe I'll shuffle it around or something. We'll figure it out. But something cool. Maybe I can do one. Yeah, in the morning, it's a little harder. Although maybe I can do them at night. I'll figure it out. But I do like the new one too. I think it looks way better. To be honest with you, it looks like you'd actually want to click on it. Let's put it that way. But anyway, let's keep on cruising here. We got the open door, the second one, and we have Trump on in the background. I wonder who's going to talk longer, me or Trump here. I mean, he can go for hours. This dude can just talk. I honestly, he could do like a he could just go on tour as a comedian when he's done with no problem. I mean, he just stands up there and rattles things off. Whether you think he's funny or not, he'd sell out the places because enough people love him. But he's pretty funny, I must say. He's top of his head. He can just, talk and just, he can rattle it off, keep going, entertain a crowd. And that's all you really need to do. And he can pop some jokes. He is pretty funny. Again, whether you like him or not, I'm just calling it the way it is. He's a good speaker there, and he can just go for. I mean, this guy, how old is he? Is he like 79 years old? This guy just go. I mean, holy cow, it's crazy. They're at the White House, guys. It's 8:15 at night. He'll probably talk the entire time the show's on. I think it was on at 7. I don't even know when the hell it came on. Started 52 minutes ago, so there you go. It was on around 7. He'll talk for like 3 hours. Dude's an animal. So anyway, let's go and see what's going on. We'll see if we can beat Trump. QMCO right here. That is your quantum and computer hardware. And let's look at them real quick. It was just kind of flat today, but not looking too bad. RGTI still a little flat too, as they had run up. Not too bad right there. And then your QUBT is your quantum computing. That looks pretty good right there. And QBTS is your D-Wave. Usually gets running up. It does look pretty good right there, trying to make a little base. And then you have your QMCO, and that one we just looked at. And then I meant to type in QTUM as the Defiance Quantum ETF right here. And that was running up. And it does have that resistance up here a little higher at 115. So you should get moving up a little bit more. It's a little bit slow. And but yeah, look at that thing. Just bounced right off of there and went right back to the top area like it was a magnet. It's kind of impressive. So these quantum ones are pretty good, and also the computer hardware ones are pretty strong as well. Here's your QSI right here, and this one's just kind of bouncing around down there, not looking too bad at the moment, more flat than anything. And then we have our IONQ, and that one's setting up as well, not looking bad. It was just more flat. Our cat right here, we've looked at this, and that was up today, and that looks pretty strong. So look at that tomorrow for RCAT right there, looking pretty good. curling up. And then, of course, we have our Z space, and it was up a penny, but this thing's a joke. And I have a feeling, though, it's going to get rolling. Look at it. It's finally moving up, and it does look like this wants to get bullish. So I think this could be completely beaten down right here and could possibly maybe this is one of them tax selling ones. I don't know, Laptop Travel. How the hell do you check that again? Check out Z Space, because guess what? It started last December 5th, and I mean it jumped up so high, it's been down the entire time, and now it actually looks pretty good. So this one possibly could fit that bill. I'm not sure, but if you want to check it out, I know you had the indicator down. I forget what the heck it was, to be completely honest with you, but you knew the candles to look at and all that good stuff. If you want to check that out or jot it down so I don't forget, Z space right there for a tax one. So we have to look into that, because that one could be a possible one because of how just beaten down it's been all year. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Just kind of came to my attention as I was just thinking, wait a second, this thing's been down the entire year since it opened up. That could be a good candidate right there. So we got to check that out and see, maybe it does want to get ripped in. And again, that could rip to like $2, and that's a huge rip right there. So that's we got to keep an eye on that thing right there going into the end of the year for Z space. So we'll definitely be keeping that on our radar. Let's put it that way. And there you go with Z space. And I'm going to jot it right here too. And I did write it at the top, but I wanted to put it at the bottom just so I don't miss. I miss everything. Guys, what did I say yesterday? What did I want to buy yesterday? IREN. Thing was up like 2.5% right off the bat right there. Look at this thing. It opened up and just went nuts. And then it pulled back a little bit right there. But holy cow, was I not dead on the money with that thing? I'd say so. IREN, I was talking about it yesterday. I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I forgot to buy the options at the end of the day yesterday. Now you see why. It was up 2.5% like that snap of a finger. I was talking about him in the Discord as well, and I talked about it on the show. So there you go. IREN looking pretty good, and I'm just jumping around all over the place, but it's all good because Trump's on in the background. So we have good background music or something like that. And ABTC right here, if I type that in, what is ABT? Abbott. Oh, yeah, Abbott Laboratories right here. I was going to say, isn't that one a big cap or something? But it is a pretty big one, and that looks like it's just pulling back. But ABTC right now still down here, getting beat down. Now this is where you might get the cruise up, guys. They probably pulled this thing back on purpose. That looks like a bottom. If I had to, and I'm not a betting person, but obviously we bet on the market all the time, so if I had to bet on the market, I would say this is probably your good area for ABTC. Remember what I've been talking about, how you got to let this thing just kind of run its course and pull back, and then we'll find the bottom, and I'll let you guys know. I bet this might be a good area right here, guys. Let's watch this candle right here at that 188. Mark my words on that right there, because I have a feeling you're going to start getting set up. Now, is it going to just run up tomorrow like crazy? I don't know about that, but I do think you get set back up, and this is a real, yeah, look at that. I'm without even looking at it, I could tell. That's a good look. You might want to keep an eye on ABTC tomorrow. And everybody's texting the dude from the Persian shirt, like, dude, your shirt's awesome. It's right there. Perfect placement, dude. The only thing is we can barely see the P every time. So it just says like urgings for Trump, but perfect. It's actually, it's like more like urgings for rump. And but it's perfect, dude. They should have just slid you over just a little bit so you could see it a little better. I mean, Trump's got some pretty big shoulders there, so they need to slide that dude over. It's even better placement. But anyway, there you go. We can commentary on anything, but we'll leave Trump on in the background. But there's ABTC, and I'm telling you guys, mark my words, that bad boy is going to get set up. And you know that because look at that. Look, that's the bottom. You know these dudes were loading up on this. That got dumped down on purpose. It's the Trump company. I mean, holy cow. We know all kinds of crazy things go on. So just think like them. That's the perfect dump right before crypto is about to get ripping, guys. And look at that. And yeah, it's going to get moving right here. It looks real good. I've been telling you it's getting into that bullish channel. Did I not say it? I called it before it even started to happen. And I told you it started to look like it. And there you go. So I can see things on the charts a little bit early sometimes. That's for sure. And we were dead on the money on that one. And I think this ABTC could be looking really good going forward here. So definitely one to be keeping an eye on. This Pew right here was jumping around yesterday. It looked pretty decent. And oh no, that was NCAPL. I'm sorry, not Pew. Pew's just still jumping around, but that one's not looking too bad. This one was actually running up big right here, that NCPL. Remember we were talking about it yesterday? It did take that big dip. And again, that's why I'm saying you might want to keep an eye on that ABTC tomorrow, because exactly like this, that ABTC could get popping right there with no problem. So there you go with net capital, and that did run up big. We were looking at it yesterday, over 100% right there. Look at that bad boy. Inducement grant of 1 million shares triggered dilution concerns driving the pre-market decline. I'm not sure what the hell even happened. What are they even talking about? So it dipped down there in the pre-market and then got ripped in there. So yeah, these things are highly manipulated, but it's perfectly fine if you catch the bottoms like that ABTC. So how are you, Doge Mama 9? Let's keep on cruising right through these, and I'll get to them guys right there. And we do have Trump on in the background if you're wondering what the heck's on. And I don't know who he's even talking to, but he's talking about the economy, and you guys might be able to pay attention or listen. And if not, it's just some good background sound. So there you go. Luis Rodriguez did buy them leaps on SMCI on the slight pullback chart. Does look good on that. We'll talk about that. Remind me, Luis Rodriguez, when we're going through it. So here's NCPL right here. And let me see what's going on with that PSQH, because that thing had been pulling back the other day, did run up a little bit of pullback. So yeah, keep an eye on that ABTC. It is looking pretty good for tomorrow. And here, let's look at our crypto treasury ones, BMNR. That's looking really good right there. Holy cow, it was running up and looks like it wants to run up some more. So definitely be keeping an eye on that BMNR tomorrow. That looks pretty good to continue its way up. And let's see what else is going on right here with good old SBET, because that wasn't looking too bad either. And that's starting to cruise. So look at these guys. They're starting to look pretty good, getting into the channel. Before they couldn't get into that channel. Now they've broken in because Bitcoin's back in a bullish channel. Again, these ran with crypto and Bitcoin into a bearish run. Now they're getting bullish, guys. I could see it happening on everything right there. That's what I was talking about. And there you go. So that's SBET. And then your UPXI right here. Let's take a look at it and see what it's up to. It's down just a little bit. This is the Solana one, but the Solana one just got turned around. This one's going to start ripping there tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. And then your ORBS is finally going to get moving, guys. So keep an eye on that one right there. I keep forgetting to put TONX back on here, but this one should start ripping again. This one's just been waiting for Bitcoin as well. So look at that look, guys. So I think you got a lot of these at the bottom that you can run up, and you can play them as crypto plays in the market. So you can hedge against or play them, do whatever the heck you want with them. But I'm telling you, they're getting set up. We should be keeping an eye on them because they do want to get moving. And that FGNX, look at that bad boy. And that is cruising along right there, looking pretty good, curling up. So there you go. And these guys do look pretty good, I must say. And that is your crypto treasuries. And them guys, they are looking mighty good right now to get cruising along. And let's take a good look at Galaxy. We've been talking about that one setting up. We do have options if you listen to the Discord, and they are up today. So they had been down, and that ran like a beast. And I think tomorrow it does run up to that 50 at like 32 area with no problem. In the morning, I'll probably have to jump out of my options tomorrow on it, but they'll be nice and up, and that'll be a good one. So we had been talking about that. And then here's our ASTS pulling back a little bit, not looking too bad. We'll look at that to see what it wants to do. Kodak right here was an animal today, and we've been all over Kodak, and it did run up. It was over 10. I do know that. You could see it right there. Oh, 995. That's what it got to. It was trying to get to 10. That's right. It never got there. It got to 995 right there. It's at 975 in the top, still looking good, and still looks like it wants to cruise on up there for good old Kodak. And UMAC right here, UMAC, the unusual machines. If I type it in, you'll be able to see it. There it is. And that was up a little bit, but it does look pretty good going in. So there you go with that. And there is Trump. Can you guys even hear that? I guess you guys can. I can. Yeah, I'm assuming. Can you guys hear it? I'm assuming you guys can, but maybe you can't hear it. I have no idea, to be completely honest with you. Can you hear Trump in the background? Let me know, Luis Rodriguez or Laptop Travel or Doge Mama 9 or somebody watching the show. Let me know. Can you hear this in the background? Because it is on, and I just assumed there was some light background noise, but I'm not sure if you guys can even hear it or not. I can just slightly hear it. I have no idea what he's even talking about, but it just sounds like background noise to me. So pretty cool to me, but I have no idea if you guys can hear it. I think he's can, but I have no idea. So yeah, Luis Rodriguez or someone, let me know. Can you hear Trump talking? Because it is on, like I can hear it, and absolutely not. Your mic screen's out the background. Okay, so I'll just mute it then. That's what I was like. Hold on, I'm not even sure you guys can hear that, so I'll just mute it out there. Never mind, we won't do background noise. So anyway, Zach couldn't hear. All right, so you guys couldn't even hear it, so no big deal. We won't even do that. So I just thought it would make some. I just thought it would sound like background music, and it was Trump's voice, but I guess not. It did for me anyway, but I could keep it on for me. It didn't matter anyway because you guys couldn't hear it, but I don't really need it on for me. I thought it sounded pretty cool and interesting. But let's keep on cruising right through. So that was UMAC right there. And let's see what Nuclear is doing here. And KLR. And this thing is getting set back up. Remember, it ran up, pulled back a little bit. And so yeah, it's the software in your most good microphones. Yeah, it just like cuts all that stuff out. You're not kidding. And I didn't know if it was streaming through the actual because I have it on the actual page like that. So that's why I didn't know if it was actually working or not. The sound, but I guess not. But that's what it looks like. And like I said, hope I would just talk for like ever here. So anyway, we'll talk forever too. So we'll keep on cruising right through the old market and see what's going on right here. So that is Nuclear trying to get set back up off of that little tiny pullback. And IMRX right here, Ross, pulling back a little bit more than I thought it would. Maybe we have to catch this bad boy down here at like 550s. We'll see how much it wants to come down, but we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that because they do have some big things going on. IMRX, all they need is one good phase again and or trial or whatever, because weren't they in like phase 3 or something, and they're trying to like cure pancreatic cancer, which is a big deal. And so if they can do something with it or anything with it, it'll probably go like ballistic right there for IMRX. So just one to look at down the road, I would say. We don't usually do that, but that one might be one to actually do. And then IXX, remember we were talking about it finally running back up. Stock Authority had given it to us. We watched it come down to the bottom, and now we watched it go up. And it does look pretty good and even ran up a little in the after hours right there. So there you go. I hope some people took advantage of that. And LITM was running up and still looking pretty good. You might still get some more momentum on LITM right there tomorrow. So we were looking at that yesterday and it looked pretty good. Obviously, it's been on the list, but it was looking pretty good. And that's probably why in your IVF, remember we were saying we might want to keep our eye on this thing. It is starting to get set up. We might want to keep our eye on this thing. It is starting to get set up. So we were about to take it off the list until I said, wait a second. They just had that split and it does look pretty good right there. So we will keep our eye on it. We can go through the ones that are going to split since we talked about that right there. Hold on. Let me remember how to get to it. What's happening down here? Upcoming splits. Let's see what's going to split right here. That's Wednesday. So they're going to be tomorrow's. I'm not sure what that is, but it doesn't look too bad. A reverse split 1-for-4 for First Nordic Metals. It could be an OTC right there. And then you have this one, and that could be a OTC as well. And they are both reverse splits. This is just a regular old split right here for whatever reason. And JZXN, we know this one. Let's look at that chart a little bit better right there. This one you probably want to look at tomorrow. Here we go. JZXN on the reverse split right there. Check it out. And that is in a good spot to try to get set up off a reverse split. Let a reverse split tomorrow. And then let's keep an eye on that bad boy. Let me write it down. JZXN. RS. There we go. Oh, yeah, that one's probably going to be a pretty decent one right there. Let's see what else is on here. This one is that's for Thursday. That's why it's not showing it. So that's Thursday. We'll be watching that. Jumped ahead of myself a little bit. And ODC right here, Oil Dry Corporation. Not sure what the heck that is either. That's just a regular old split. It's not a reverse split. Some of these ETFs, they just split like crazy for some reason. And then you're going to have on Friday AZI, and that's something also. But next week, this is Friday, BNAI. This one we're familiar with, so we might have to watch this one too. Look at that thing getting set up going into it. So keep an eye on that one. So they're the reverse splits right there, and we'll have to watch that bad boy BNAI and also JZXN for Thursday. So definitely two splits coming up to keep an eye on. They've been running up pretty wild right now. Let's keep on cruising right through. And we were looking at that IVF, and let's look at Tech right here. And it is setting up to be good, guys. Maybe you have a little bit of pullback right here, so watch for it. But Tech looking pretty good, I must say. I can't say it's not. And Hertz right here starting to curl up, and I do think Hertz is a good setup right there. Might check that. I know, Luis Rodriguez, you were checking these options out before. That one might be a good one to continue running up. And then, of course, we have our Chipotle right here, good old CMG, and it is trying to get cruising, or at least based out, let's say that. And I do think it's going to try to roll off. Maybe it tries to wait for that to meet up, and then it really gets cruising there. And that would go, guys, actually, Laptop Travel CMG. That would be perfect timing right there also for that tax sell-off thing set up right there. So that one definitely could be a really good potential one just by looking at the chart and knowing the background. But look at Eli Lilly. Why aren't we shorting this down and putting puts on this thing, guys? Holy cow, look at this. It's coming back down, probably down to that 924, and we're like in the 980s. We should definitely be looking at that tomorrow. Maybe we will. Let me write that down. Eli Lilly right there coming down, I would say. So yeah, let's take a look at that. We've been saying it for like a week, and why aren't we acting on that one? So Cracker Barrel right here, let's see, didn't they have their earnings today? I didn't even, or was that yesterday? I don't even remember. It was today. Was it this morning? I didn't even look at them. I have no idea. What did they do? Their EPS, they missed their EPS. They missed their revenue by like 3.12 million. So they reported 797. They estimated 800, so they did miss it by 3 million, which I mean, it's kind of surprising. And their EPS was actually a surprise beat, but only by 0.05, like a little over 6%, almost 7% right there. So nothing real crazy. And yeah, so we'll see what Cracker Barrel's up to right here. Let's take a look at this chart, but yeah, it's not pulling back. At least it's yeah, it did in the after. I was gonna say what did it do in the after hours, but then I got to look up there and see, and there's that pullback. When did it even well, I'm not sure when it actually did report. It could have been in the after hours. I wasn't paying attention, to be completely honest with you. But there you go. What price was I talking about, guys? Look where it just went to. Isn't that pretty wild what I was saying? 25. Company will be in trouble. So we'll be keeping an eye on it tomorrow and see what it looks like as it opens up right there. But yeah, definitely not a good look for Cracker Barrel as it's kind of curling through down here. It's going to, and not looking good. Clearly, could they turn around? Sure. But I do think they're going to have to change management or do something to actually make it better, make it more appeasing to the people that actually like Cracker Barrel. They probably want to see a change. That CEO is just toxic for the company. She destroyed it. And so you take a big company or big restaurant brand like Cracker Barrel and destroy it like that from the middle of the summer till the end of the year. And you're probably going to have to change some management real quick to get that pumped back up there and look a little bit better, change the image, change the look, and tell everybody that you did it. So unless they react on that, guys, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. It does look like it's trying to bottom out there, but holy cow, it is way down there. And again, that's not showing you the $25. Well, I guess it is, but it's below. It's all the way down here, so you can't really tell. That's not a good look right there. So that is your Cracker Barrel Trump. He's still talking. I'm telling you, he'll go until our show's over, and he'll still be on. I'm telling you, it's crazy, that guy. He's like, what is he, 79 or something? Is that how old he is? I have no idea. It sounds about right. But Lulu right here was pulling back a little bit, so we'll be keeping an eye on that, see if it gets ready. And then your Boil and Gush right here, interesting ones, which are natural gas. Could be a great opportunity off this 50. That's what I'm waiting to see right here. We do have a lot of cold weather on the East Coast, guys. I don't know if you're on the East Coast or where you're at, but holy cow, it's cold. I'm not going to lie. It's below freezing in Jersey, that's for sure. And And I know a lot of cold. It's pretty cold all over the place right now. So you got to figure your natural gas prices will jump up right there. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on that. And then our gush was up a little bit with oil and gas right there. So keep an eye on that one right there. And of course, we always look at ExxonMobil and Oxy. ExxonMobil looks really good. There's Oxy right there, and your UNG is a good one too. Joseph Levy, thank you very much. And that one is pulling back, but another one, probably a great one right there to the 50. So maybe tomorrow they pull back and then get set up. So they're going to be good opportunities as well after the pullback. So I think they'll be good going into the winter, and that is your natural gas funds and natural gas ones. So good one right there. It's 14 degrees right now in New York. So I believe it. It is pretty damn cold out there. Let's see. What's it say over here? I'm not even sure what it is over here. I just know it's cold as heck out there. The ground's already frozen solid, and it happened really fast. Actually says it's 33, but it feels like, hold on. Yeah, 33, but it feels like 25. So we're actually a degree over freezing, but it is pretty cold. I'm not going to lie. So there you go. So we'll be keeping our eyes on our UNG and our gush and things like that, or our boil. That's the one. That's the natural gas right there is boil. So we'll be watching them guys right there. And then our plug right here. What I put two L's? I sure did. But plug still trying to plug away, and it does look pretty good right there. Two curl up. So I would say plug getting set up again, trying to run up. So that's looking pretty good. And QS right here, good old QuantumScape. Let's see what it's up to. It's up 15 cents. And that's not looking too bad right there. Look at that bad boy getting set up. So, yeah, I think QS, that's also getting set up right now. So, a lot of great ones setting up, looking pretty good, getting ready to rock and roll and continue to cruise. So there you go with that one. And what else do we have here is Rocket Mortgage for Zach. I even lost my spot, but there's Rocket Mortgage. I know we do that one right there. And that one, like I said, Zach, here you go. Roll off the MACD, and it was going to bottom out in the next day or so. And that's what it looks like to me. So I would say we're pretty good on the money with that one. We'll just see if it plays out exactly like that, but it does appear to. Home Depot was up like crazy today. I don't know what happened, but this thing went crazy. Apparently, they had something like Home Depot Day. I don't know what the hell they had, but then it came dipping down real hard too at the end of the day. I'm not exactly sure what was going on, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. Expect higher sales of housing. Yeah, they were at something where they were talking about. I have no idea, to be honest with you. Here it says it right here. Home Depot issues strategic update at Investor Day. That's what it was. Today, reaffirming the 2025 guidance and introducing preliminary 2026 outlook and market recovery case. So that was Home Depot. Lowe's still not looking bad right there on a little bit of pullback. So there you go right there. What did Cracker Barrel reported? A 1.9% year over year decline. EPS drop from 99 cents to 51 cents. Wow, laptop travel. Company missed both revenue and EPS expectations with a negative 0.28% revenue surprise and a negative 34.62 EPS surprise. I told you they're in trouble, guys. You could tell by the chart. And like I told you guys, when it gets under that 25, they're really in trouble. Maybe I should reach out to them and say, yeah, you need somebody to turn that company around real quick. I'll do it for you, but you got to pay me for it. I'm not going to give you all the information for free. And, but yeah, they could definitely do it. I could tell you that. I could easily tell you how they'd have to do it as well. But it's a matter of, are they going to do it? That's the question. Yeah, because they seem to hold on to this CEO for some reason. Don't ask me why. I don't know why the share or the investors or the board members want to hold on to her. She destroyed the company, and she's going to make it go bankrupt if they don't get it together really quick. And like I said, they got to turn it around relatively soon in like this next quarter, I would say. So hopping in, and that's not exactly the easiest transition to go crazy and actually make something like a restaurant jump. I mean, they're not exactly like a big Christmas theme or a New Year's Eve place to be getting some boosted sales right there. So you're not getting that hit. And then you're going into a slow period where everyone just spent their money in Christmas. And then you go into a slow cold period. Cracker Barrel, a lot of these are based in the middle country or even like in the where it's warmer temperatures, but still, I do have one near me. But anyway, you still go into your slower periods right there, January, February, then you can get into March. Can you really turn it around that much is kind of interesting right there without really doing like what I'm saying. They got to really get turned around there. They're going to be in serious trouble. I'm telling you, it wasn't a good look. And that's what happens when a company goes woke, guys. You will go broke and just destroy the cause. That's why you got to stay away from that stuff completely, whether you agree with it or not, and just stay far away from it. Just don't discuss it or whatever. I don't know, but I think you're better off saying that you're against it rather than actually trying to change your company for it, because I just never seen it work out. I mean, just look at Bud Light with that. Is the person's name Dylan Mulvaney? Is that what it is? I forget, to be complete. It just sounds familiar. That name just, I don't know, sounds like something that we had said before. But yeah, this C1 right here, they aren't doing their buyout just yet, right? Ben was talking about it today. So, data driven analysis leveraging institutional asset points to result to, I don't know, but he was just saying that like more people wanted to get this thing higher up or something, like another company stepped in to try to get the buyout price higher. I forget what the heck he said, to be honest with you, but if you're in the Discord, you know about C1 and what Ben said. I totally forget to be, I think it's something around there. Don't quote me though, because you know me with the news and what's going on. Ben's really good at that stuff. Laptop Travel's good at it, not me. I could tell you what a chart looks like, and that's about it. On November 20th, 2025, Cracker Barrel shareholders explicitly voted to retain. I know, I remember you saying it. I said they were insane back then. I kind of that's the only reason why Laptop Travel, I remember that happened, and retain Messino during the annual meeting, even as they ousted board member. I do remember that they got rid of a board member, Gilbert DeVilla or something, Focus Consultant. This decision came amid the logo fallout, hurting sales, but reflected belief in her broader turnaround efforts, like menu innovations that had shown some pre-backlash success. So, well, guess what? You could change the menu around all you freaking want, Laptop Travel, and I think you know this. I'm not yelling at you, obviously, but you could change it around every which way you want to. But if you can't get the people in the door because they think your CEO is a moron and you're not changing the company in the right direction, guess what? They're never going to see the new menu changes because they're not going to eat there anymore. They're just not going to go there and give it a second chance because they're like, guess what? You guys aren't willing to change it. I'm not willing to spend my hard earned money there. And today, it's hard to get people to decide to go to your restaurant or whatever the case is to go spend their money because everything costs a fortune, especially a restaurant. I mean, it's expensive as hell to go out to eat now. It's crazy. I'm telling you, just to go to like get cheesesteaks and stuff, it costs you like $50, like almost $100, $80 for 4 people to grab like cheesesteaks and a couple like fries. It's nuts. It's insane, guys. It's so crazy. I think I told you, we went to the diner for lunch. Dougie had that Thanksgiving thing, play thing, and we went to lunch. And my daughter had a half a day, and she went with us. And the 4 of us went to lunch. It was $65 at the diner. Louis Rodriguez, can you believe a lunch at the diner was $65? I mean, a lunch at the diner for like 4 people. It used to be like $40, if that, and then you would leave your tip and you were good to go. Yeah, it was $65. I was like, holy shit, that is like outrageous. So yeah, even like breakfast is crazy expensive now. Used to be able to go to a diner and get like the most bangingest breakfast for like under $10. Now they're like $20. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's absurd. So anyway, talking about Cracker Barrel right there, like I said, to be able to get them customers to come through the door, yeah, you better be relying more about the CEO that hurt the company rather than your menu innovations that she has. People don't even know what menu innovation she even talked about. Believe me, all they know her about is that she tried to go woke and destroyed the company. So it is kind of interesting right there. That's for sure. And then yeah, they dumped somebody else. They got rid of somebody else, and kind of wild, huh? So I would say that's a bit crazy. Laptop travel dumping the design firm behind the rebrand, parting ways with VP of Marketing Matt Benton and rehiring menu expert Thomas Young, and that did absolutely zero for him. Laptop travel, and it's going to continue to do absolutely zero for him because again, nobody knows that they were even they got rid of their VP of Marketing Matt Benton. Never heard of him. No one cares. It wasn't his decision, and nobody cares about Mr. Menu Expert Thomas Young. It's Cracker Barrel, guys. I could go in and do the menu for you with like the snap of a finger. I have a culinary degree. I was a chef for the NFL. I told you. I have a whole cooking series online, Cooking with Skinny Mini. You guys can check it out. Me and my buddy Chuck Love, God rest his soul. God bless him. He's I miss Chuck Love all the time. God, he'd be on these shows nonstop with me if he was still around. Trust me. He was like my little guy. He was like my little brother and my son at the same time. It was kind of weird dynamic. But anyway, we did a cooking show together, Cooking with Skinny Mini. You can check that out. He unfortunately passed away during COVID, so that definitely did suck. And but yeah, so we did a cooking show. So yeah, I'm very knowledgeable in the cooking industry, that's for sure. And yeah, I could easily turn that right around for them, but they would have to do the right things because if not, again, I understand the business side and the marketing side as well, and exactly what you have to do. But I definitely understand the restaurant business really, really well. It was really the first degree that I went and got after high school. So I went to culinary school. I went to the restaurant school in Philadelphia, as a matter of fact, and got a culinary degree, and then worked at some cool places. The last place I ever worked at for as a chef, I told you guys, was for the NFL, and that's when I said I'll never clock in. And not that it was a bad job; it was really cool. I left because it was the last year that they had a what the hell is that? Not a when they like take off for because they don't know when they get paid. A strike, that's what the hell it's called. But the last time that they had the strike, the NFL, that's when I left the NFL. And again, it was only because they basically went on strike, and there was nothing really to do over there because they were going to go on strike for like a whole season or whatever it was. So it didn't really matter, and I left. But then I said, you know what, I don't think I'm going to clock in and out of a company anymore after this job, and that's going to be it. So, and I held to it. I haven't clocked in and out at a business or at a job since that, to be honest with you. So interesting right there. But yeah, that was it back then. I don't know when the hell they went on strike before. I'll tell you when it was. I know for a fact. When was Warren Sapp on Dancing with the Stars? I know he was on Dancing with the Stars when I worked there. He used to take red eye flights in from doing the show and then come to go tape. And I actually was like his personal chef kind of. And I used to have to make all of his meals. And yeah, dude ate I mean, he's a big dude. Don't get me wrong. He ate like a beast. And I guess you're not going to be that big of a dude if you don't eat like that. But yeah, I used to make all of his food for him, and he was a really, really cool dude. He was a nice guy. I know he got in mad trouble down at the Super Bowl or whatever, doing some crazy stuff, but he was always really nice to me. And yeah, all the guys were. And I tell you guys, I told you, Sterling Sharp was the coolest guy. Phil Simms was a really nice guy too. He was really cool as well. Like we would have like the food lines for him, and he would just like of course he was talent, so he could just like skip the line and of course just go in front of everybody and grab whatever the hell he wanted and do whatever he wanted to, and everybody just had to kind of wait for him. But he definitely wouldn't do that. He would hop in line with everybody and just kind of bullshit with them and talk to everybody, treat everybody real well. I mean, all the staff, all of them really did. The talent, they were great, but some of them were obviously a little nicer than others. Sterling Sharp by far the nicest dude ever. I mean, Sterling was such a cool dude. He treated us so nice. He was just a really down to earth, nice guy. Sterling Sharp. I didn't meet his brother Shannon, but Sterling, very nice guy. Really, really cool. Like I said, Phil Sim. A lot of them guys are. I used to make Jaws's breakfast all the time. 2008. So that's when that was. Yeah, it sounds about right. Laptop travel, 2008. I used to make Jaws's breakfast every morning. His office is at that building as well. Jaworski, super nice guy as well. And yeah, they all are. I mean, the like I said, I worked there. Steve Sable was still alive when I had worked there. He had passed away. Um, I don't. I think I was working there when Steve Sable passed away, as a matter of fact. But I did work there when he was still alive too, and I know he's been gone for a while. He was an amazing man, Steve Sable. That guy, his dad was too. Ed, his dad was still around longer than Steve. Steve had passed away. I think he had some kind of cancer, and might have been pancreatic cancer. To be completely honest, I'm not. I don't really remember, but yeah, he was a super super nice guy, just a great guy. And Ed Sable as well, just a really great guy. I mean, you had employees there that worked there like 40 plus years. Ed would come in, the guy had to have been in his late 90s. I mean, he was super old, and he knew everyone's name. And if he didn't know your name, he'd come up and be like, "Hey, I'm Ed Sable," and he'd introduce himself to you, and he'd probably remember your name the next day. It was quite impressive. You're like, "How did this guy just know? Like, he just met me yesterday. He remembered my name." That's kind of wild, but yeah, just really good people. Treated their employees amazing. And that was the first place I told you I ever saw. So back then, 2008, guys, a guy had a baby. Like, guy didn't have a baby, but a family had a child, and the guy worked at NFL Films. They got 2 weeks paid paternity leave back then in 2008. I had never heard of anything like it. That was something Steve Sable had done, and yeah, they had all kinds of crazy things that like that are kind of normal today. Like that's pretty normal today. 2 weeks for the guy to get paid paternity. You didn't hear about that back then in 2008. That didn't exist. I was like, you did what? I remember when it was in the middle of the season too, and it was a main bigwig guy, and he was like, hey, he's like, I even said, I'll take the 2 weeks whenever, and they were like, nope, you're having a child, you're taking 2 weeks, and you get paid for it, and that's that. There's no arguing. They'll find a spot, they'll find somebody to cover for you. So it was pretty wild. I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Like, that's a really cool mindset right there. And again, he had all kinds of things that are probably more normal today, but back in 2008, he was already way ahead. And maybe these things are, shaping some of the companies that are doing them today. Because I'm telling you, everything that can benefit an employee at a company, he was doing. Like Steve Sable already had in place back then. It was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. And I worked at some pretty nice places, so I was kind of blown away. And again, he was just a super, super nice guy, super smart guy. And so, yeah, anyway, that was NFL Films. And again, I was a chef, so I understand the industry. We were talking about Cracker Barrel. I went way off on the tangent there, but 2008, holy cow, that was a long time ago that I worked there, huh? Jesus. A lot of time's gone by since then, that's for sure. But anyway, let's go back and see what's going on in the market. Is Trump still talking? Yeah, there he is. I tell you, this guy, he just goes forever. Yeah, you got to stop. And anyway, does anyone even know what he's talking about besides something in the economy, or is he just up there like roasting people and having a good old time? Looks like a party, to be honest with you. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's partying, and the people behind him look like they're getting tired. Like this dude right here, he looks pretty tired. He's like smelling his scarf. I don't know. I don't know what happened to his scarf unless he's like sprinkled like Coke on it. He's like, here, I'll just keep myself up with this thing. I'll just smell my scarf in the middle of his conversation. Nobody will notice I do it, but I'm standing right by his left shoulder. There he goes again. What is this dude doing? Does anyone see this guy? All right, I do have the watch this guy. This dude's doing something crazy. Here we go. Is he gonna smell a scarf again? This is crazy. We just happen to hop on at the right time. Trump has no idea. How isn't the Secret Service come over and grab? What is this dude doing? He's up to something weird. He's putting stuff in his mouth. This dude's up to crazy stuff back here. How's the Secret Service? Coke scarf. He's got a Coke scarf right there. How is the Secret Service letting this guy do all this crazy shit like that? I mean, what is this? He's making all kinds of gestures that aren't normal back there. This dude's taking off his hat. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's normal, but this dude is definitely not normal. I don't know what's going on here, but they better be checking this guy out. That's all I got to say. This old dude has no idea what's going on behind him. He has no idea that this dude's scarf is completely filled with Coke, and this dude is just like sniffing his scarf the entire time. And This dude's like, yeah, this is a great show. And this dude looks whacked out of his skull. This guy looks a little crazy, does he not? I mean, and then what the stuff he was just doing. What the hell is he just doing? Holy cow. So that is pretty much Coke scarf. We need a patent. You're not, there he goes. Coke scarf guy right there. Holy cow. What is this dude up to? Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Trump has no idea what's going on behind him. I mean, this is pretty fun. We could do commentary on these guys, but this is the only crazy dude right here, I would say. Everyone else looks pretty down to earth and normal. I mean, this dude over here, he's a little wild. I don't know what he's doing. Let's see if he sniffs his scarf again, because that's a crazy look right there. Look at him. He's like got his eyes all focused on something crazy. He looks all jacked up. And yeah, robbing cocaine is a hell of a drug. You're not kidding. This dude is whacked out of his mind. The only thing he's not doing is like rolling his jaw or anything, like chattering his teeth or something crazy. But holy cow, how much stuff can he? I mean, who's sniffing their scarf like that? I mean, that was pretty wild stuff. We might have to get an instant replay on that stuff right there. That was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. What? How far are we into this show? I don't even know. What's it say? That's got to be what? An hour and 27 minutes? Is that what it is? I don't even know. It could be even longer. Maybe it paused already and I'm just watching the replay. I don't have a clue, but I guess it's an hour and 27 minutes in. We got to see this again. Look at this guy. We got to replay this. Where's this guy at? Hold on. What's he doing? Here you go. Here he comes. I'll turn this down. Let's see. Yeah, he's like chewing on something, and then you got to sniffing his scarf. He's like really out of control. An hour 25. I got to go back and check this guy out. He's pretty wild, huh? This is crazy stuff right here. Santa's definitely watching this guy, Robin. Holy cow, he's definitely up to something crazy. And he just keeps looking over to the side. I can't imagine that the Secret Service isn't having a conversation with this dude when he gets off the stage. Like, yo, what are you up to? What the hell is on that scarf? Oh, what was that? That was a weird. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's definitely Coke. Oh, watch this. Ready? Here we go. Hold on. Here comes the face movements. Hold on. I saw it on the replay. Hold on. Come on. Yeah, he's whacked out of his mind. Everyone else is way too normal looking. And there, didn't he just do so? I just looked away for like 1 second. He's trying to crack his neck. He don't know what's going on. He's about to pass out. Look at his eyes are rolling in his head. There's no way this dude's not on something. The Secret Service has to get a hold of this guy, right? Like they're not letting this guy come off the stage after he just acted this crazy. We can't be the only ones watching this, can we? This dude was like pretty nutty. Where did he just do that crazy mouth thing? Was that right there? I forget. Right there. Yeah, look at that. Okay, guys, look at this. Where'd it go? I just had it. Where the hell did I go? Gee, there you go. Oh my goodness, this dude is, what the heck is going on with this guy? This dude is all whacked out. We got to keep going and fast forward again. We might have to go through and watch the whole damn thing now. Just keep an eye on him. What was he just doing there? Yeah, he's like biting his lips and stuff. Look at him. Yeah, this dude is definitely on something, guys. We caught the dude on something in the background, that's for sure. So we got to focus on him. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, but we have definitely caught on to this. You can't hide that from us. That's for damn sure. We pick up on that way too easily. And yeah, they're all. I would have to agree. I mean, they planted this guy, didn't they? Like screen him. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think they screened this dude too well. They definitely wanted a variety of people, but they picked a dude that has a Coke scarf. And I don't think they realized that dude's Coke scarf over here, and he's just whacked out of his mind and having a blast. Like, dude's eyes are rolling in his head. They may have to they may have to Narcan this guy. He may have fentanyl on his scarf. They have to Narcan him by the end of the show. Trump might have to give him Narcan. Could you imagine? You see him doing on scarf, dude, and something is up with him. I would say so. This is great. And maybe no one is behind Trump, and it's an AI background. Now that would be great too, laptop travel. If this was an AI background screen, and all of a sudden you got Coke scarf back there just doing crazy shit from AI. That would be pretty wild, but I'm just telling you, there is no way Coke should be up big tomorrow night. You're not. We should be all betting on Coke tomorrow morning. I don't know what he's talking about right now, but he's got to have said something. Like someone's got to whisper in his ear, like, "Yo, the guy behind your right shoulder is definitely up to something, Trump. Don't move back. Look at him. He just can't even." Everyone else is like normal, standing still, looking at their phone. He hasn't even looked at his phone. He's just whacked out of his mind. And this is pretty wild right here. Maybe we should text POTUS and let them know for more updates from the. Maybe we got to update them and tell them, like, "Yo, guys, are you not paying attention to this guy behind Trump? I mean, Coke Scarf's going to do something crazy back here. He's a little wild. You better get him addressed back there. Somebody better check him out. The Secret Service. Let's see what else is going on with this dude. Let's see. Let's scroll through. We might have to rewatch this whole entire thing. Where'd he just disappear to? He just like vanished. Where'd he go? Hold on. Look. Yeah. Oh, dude, he's definitely up doing like what is he doing with his hands? He's making all kinds of weird hand gestures and kind of signs and symbols and shit. He is like acting strange as hell. I mean, I can't believe nobody else is picking up on this. Look, he just disappeared. What the hell is he doing? This dude's looking at him like, "Yo, what are you up to, dude? Don't step on my toes, you weirdo." This is a big dude right here. He looks pretty big, that guy. So he actually looks like my buddy's dad. He looks like he'd be like a sharpshooter, and he'd probably kill you immediately. So this dude doesn't even know what's behind him. He's like just messing around doing coke, and this dude's like ready to break his neck. He's like, "Don't step on my shoe." See, this dude's having a good. Everybody else is like, this guy doesn't even know what's going on. He is definitely out of it, guys. We have to definitely text POTUS to 45470 and give the White House an update because I don't think they actually know. This is wild right there. They announced a $12 billion assistance package for American farmers. There you go. Trump delivered a 90-minute speech at the Mount Airy Casino Resort in Mount Pocono, PA. When was that? Today? Focused primarily on the economy and affordability amid ongoing criticism over inflation and rising costs. I could have went there, Mount Pocono. My buddy's got a place right there. I could have stayed. His parents were probably there. They're huge Trump fans. But anyway, that's probably when was that? Trump declared a Monroe Document policy, essentially a modernized Monroe Doctrine on steroids, stating the U.S. will no longer police the world or fund NATO allies excessively. That's pretty cool. There you go. And so, yeah, beautiful Mount Airy Lodge in the Poconos used to be the honeymoon capital of the Northeast. It was the go-to place for couples in New Jersey. That's interesting right there. And let's see what else is going on, and we'll go through our market. But I wonder if they're gonna look at Coke Scarf guy right here. At least we have somebody interesting to talk about. That was kind of fun. That guy is definitely getting a talking to from Secret Service when he gets off that stage. They're pulling him aside and going, "Yo, dude, let us check the scarf out. What the hell is in your pockets? What's going on? I know we checked you before, but we're checking you again." And so, yeah, let's look at him. He disappeared right there. Is that the second time he disappeared? What's he keep disappearing for? What's he doing back there? Is he trying to grab that guy's ass or something? What was he doing back there? That dude just smiled a little weird when he was back there. I don't know what's going on right now. What is this guy up to? Watch it. His eyes are a little weird. He's like, "Hold on, what's going on?" This guy's acting. Oh, I'll smile. There you go. What just happened right there? You guys see this? Holy cow! What is going on with this show? Trump has no idea what's going on with this in the background here. This weird dude's trying to tickle this old dude's booty right here or something. Look how he's like, oh, that tickled. Leave me alone. And then this dude just came back into the picture. He's sniffing his ass, Joseph Levy said. This is crazy, this show. What is going on with this speech right now? Holy cow. We've got to keep on cruising through and see what this guy's up to. He's just way up to too many crazy. What was he just doing there? He's got the bat. Oh, there we go. He needed another bump right there. He's got the. How many? This guy would be the ultimate baseball coach. He knows like every single baseball sign known to man. He's given signs I've never even seen before. There you go. Finger in the ear. Rock the jaw a little bit. Swipe the hair. I mean, this guy is great. I mean, he is definitely getting a talking to when he gets off of the stage. There's no doubt about it. There's no way. I'm amazed that they didn't already escort him out, but they probably didn't want to make a scene. They're like, just don't do anything crazy while you're up there, and you are definitely going to talk. He disappears too. It's kind of weird how he just disappears behind this old guy like this. And this old guy keeps smiling, and he's like, what is going on with this guy behind me? And now he's got the other look. I'm telling you, he's done every hand gesture you could imagine. This is pretty wild. This dude knows he's up to something crazy. Look at him. He's like, yo, this guy's nuts. Secret Service, where are you guys? This dude's like tickling my butt. He's really up to weird shit. Can somebody check him out? He's got a Coke scarf on. He's definitely not supposed to be up here. Somebody get him off of the stage quick. Yeah, look at this guy. He's concerned now. He don't know what's happening. This dude just has no idea what's happening. But anyway, let's see. Let's go through this real quick and see again. Yeah, this guy is acting way too strong. Oh, he disappeared. Look at him. He just keeps disappearing behind this. Oh, we already saw that head rub. He disappeared again, though. We saw that. Anyway, here you go. Trump, I think, has now done his speech. And he turned around, said hi. And that guy took a good picture of him. He was like, I'm getting a photo close up of Trump. Keep your eye on this dude. There's this, there, he's right here. You don't want to take your eyes off of this guy. Look, this guy's all doing YMCA. Everybody's celebrating. Not this guy right here. He's got a quick picture. And yeah, that's pretty wild right there. The guy next to him looked like Ben. Let me see. I got to see that. The guy next to the scarf guy looked like Ben. I gotta see. Hold on, where's Scarf? Oh, this dude right here? Not really. I don't think that guy looked like Ben. Not too much. But yeah, Scarf Guy, definitely a strange character right there, I would say. So there you go, everybody. And that's your commentary on your Trump delivering remarks on the economy. We have no idea what he said. He probably just played YMCA and danced a little bit. And that's it. There's your show right there. So now we'll get back to our show. But that was pretty interesting. Coke Scarf Guy. Wow. We turned that on at the right timing, huh? We might want to go back to that. When was that? We don't want to leave that, do we? That was like an hour 25, right? Something like that. It was right around there. I know that. Hold on, we gotta look and see again. This guy's nutty. Here you go. He was already doing some. Let's see. This guy's crazy right here, guys. He does that little chuckle, and then the next thing you know, he gets a little bit crazy. So here we go. There you go. We got to clear his nostrils now. Oh, guys, I mean, is there any doubt in anyone's mind that this guy's up to something crazy right here? I mean, check this shit out. This guy's nuts. At an hour 23, he clears his nose. And then in an hour 25, I mean, he just gets nuts with a scarf. Look at that. That's some crazy action right there. He's like, man, I can't get enough of this scarf. There's definitely something on that scarf right there. I mean, nobody smells their scarf like that. It's very weird. And so yeah, interesting stuff, guys. But anyway, there you go. A Coke Scarf Guy, and we might have to patent that, Robin or somebody. And please, let's jump on that. There he is. I mean, look at this guy. He gets crazy now. Look at, and he acts all weird after this. Here you go. That's not enough. Let me get another bump right there. And person with the gold jacket, far right, red caps, has a cell phone. I didn't think that was ever allowed. Yeah, I mean, they're just all hanging out with their cell phones out and stuff like that. This dude's, I mean, look at this guy. He gets out of control completely. And yeah, no, there's a bunch of people. This Coke Scarf Guy pulled his phone out at the end too and was snapping pictures. I didn't think they could take pictures that close to Trump or have him up there like that. Now he's sniffing his sleeves and putting stuff in his mouth. I think he just dropped acid, guys. Was that a hit of acid he just put on his tongue? Holy shit, this guy's getting wild over here. He just did like 4 bumps of coke and then dropped acid on his tongue in the middle of a presidential speech. He might be the only guy in history to do that. I mean, is he trying to break a drug record here? This is crazy. He's like, Trump, look, you're blowing up drug boats, and I'm back here having a party. I mean, this is pretty wild right here. Get the tweet going and get yourself viral. That was a good catch seeing that Coke scarf. I'll tell you what, I might have to save this right here and try to screenshot this whole video of hour 25. We got it mixed in. We got it all. I'll break it down into like little bits and yeah, this dude is out of control. I mean, definitely look at him. There you go. Coke scarf. And that is a beauty. So anyway, we'll move on from that. Just something that we just observed right there, Robin. I mean, we see it all. It's kind of crazy. We could do commentary, I guess, on any show, huh? I didn't think Trump would be that fascinating. He wasn't. I didn't even know what he talked about, but this guy was definitely great right there. He was the star of the show right there. Good old Coke scarf. So anyway, let's get back to our show and some stock tickers. Let's look. What's COKE doing? Coca-Cola. Oh my gosh, it's about to pop right now off a Coke scarf. Holy cow, look at this thing. This has been running up there. It actually looks like it's about to pull back. But was going back up in the after hours. They knew Coke Scarf was going to be on tonight. And then they were like, yo, this thing's about to pop off the 20, guys. He's about to do a 20 right there off his scarf. And we're going to pop off the 20. So Coke should be perfect tomorrow, guys. We should all be running up and going nutty. So keep your eye on Coke Scarf guy at the old Trump speech. And there he is right there. He's fascinating. Anyway, there you go. We'll get back to our show. And we were I have no idea where we were, to be completely honest with you. I started talking about restaurants and all kind. I know we were looking at Cracker Barrel, but then we went through a few. We did look at Home Depot and Lowe's. Let's look at LDI. It wasn't looking bad today, going into today, actually. And then it pulled back with the rates. So that is an interesting one right there. And then you had HOUS, and this continues to kind of cruise up and looks pretty good right there. So keep an eye on that one. And here's your Tylenol maker right here. And that is curling up. That's looking really good now. Keep your eye on that KVUE. That is looking pretty good. And you definitely got to come to this thing. You should bring a few scarves there, Joseph Levy, for sure. I mean, wow, that was a showing right there. Like I said, I got to make sure I can get back to that video somehow and be able to be able to screen record all that, because that was fascinating. I'm telling you, Coke Scarf, he was pretty good dude right there. Not that I know him, but he was pretty fascinating in the background, I can tell you that. And remember we were saying Rocket Lab wanted to rock it up? Well, I'd say it definitely did right there, RKLB. So that was looking good. And here's your Fig, Luis Rodriguez and Michael Anthony. How's Michael Anthony missing this right here? Jesus, Michael Anthony, you miss all the good stuff. But anyway, your Figment, good old Figment, the purple dinosaur, looks like it wants to pop back up or pop up some more. So keep an eye on good old FIG, Fig, and KRMN, Carmen Holdings. This was pulling back today. It's an aerospace and defense one, and did pull back. Lockheed Martin was up a little bit. It ran up this morning and did pull back a little bit there. So there you go. And how about your critical metals? This was running up a little bit as well. He is definitely watching Kramer, Joseph Levy. He just missed the greatest ever. He missed Coke Scarf. I mean, you won't catch Coke Scarf on Kramer's show, that's for sure. I mean, maybe Kramer's Coke Scarf, but he's not going to find that on any show and talk about it like we do. That was fascinating. It was great. And I definitely have to screen record that and send the tweet out, because does anybody else see that happening? I mean, that was the most bizarre thing ever. Anyway, let's look. That was critical metals right there. It's kind of hanging out. Not looking bad today, so we'll keep an eye. But how about our circle right here running up? And this looks really good. So you might want to keep an eye on Circle. It is running full circle now and cruising along. So there you go for your CRCL. And C1, we were talking about it, and it did pull back. They're not going to have their buyout now. Unfortunately, it's going to be pushed back like a month or two, but it should go for a little bit more money, but we'll see what has to happen there. Somebody else got involved and wants them to get more money or something. I forget what Ben said, but I was already talking about it. And again, if you're in the Discord, Joseph Levy knows what Ben said, but I have no idea. And I was on the show, and I just don't remember. But Rich Tech Robotics right here, not too bad. Your Serve right here, that one's not too bad either. Just a little run up, a little flat for both of them. And then your Celius Holdings right here, kind of pulling back a little bit after yesterday's run up, but it does look like some healthy pullback, nothing crazy. There's your Elf Beauty, and that's just up a little bit and staying into that channel, not bad. But your Ulta Beauty was running back up and does look pretty good. So you can keep an eye on your ULTA. That does look like it could spike up a little bit more right there. And let's see what is going on with VWAV. We've been looking at this thing, and it was jumping up a little bit today. That thing looks like it's setting up. Check this bad boy out. We'll have to take a look at it tomorrow to see if it definitely wants to, but it has an interesting look right there for VWAV. And let's see what that KXIN, that's a recent reverse splitter and starting to curl up right here, not looking bad. As you can see, we've been watching it. So there you go with KXIN. Excuse me. And there you are, KXIN, that auto and truck dealership in China, looking pretty good after the reverse split right there. And let's see, and yeah, what I said, they're pushing it out to the end of December. So I was close, Joseph Levy. Thanks for you're paying attention. You knew I had no clue. I did listen to it, but again, my short-term memory is not the greatest, so I don't want to say something and it be wrong. But Joseph Levy's backing me up, saying that was pretty accurate what I was saying about that. What the heck was it? Well, man, now I forget what that was. CWAN. That's what it was. CWAN. That's what we were talking about. Anyway, let's get cruising to TTD trade desk right here. Trying to set up in a pretty good spot. So I've been keeping an eye on that for the last day or so. And that's trying to get there. And then good old Snapchat wasn't looking bad. A little bit of healthy pullback today, but not looking bad. And we already talked about IREN. I was pretty mad this morning when I didn't buy them options yesterday. I did tell you that. And I guess you got some of that. I had a little bit of that Coke in the back of my throat from watching that guy get crazy there. That's why I had that cough right there. And you're absolutely right, Joseph Levy. And I have a scarf under here. You just don't see it. It's I have it just a direct connection. You guys, it's invisible. Everybody has a nice invisible Coke scarf. You got to. How else can you do a show like this? I mean, geez. I mean, that was pretty bizarre, though. I'm not going to lie. I can't imagine that the secret, like somebody in that audience wasn't like, yo, that guy's up to something weird. Keep your eye on him. And if he moves weird, he's getting shot. Like, they didn't think, like, somebody wasn't on that guy. You have to think that somebody was on to that dude. We couldn't have been the only people. Let's put it that way. But anyway, Iron right here was looking good, still looking pretty good. Keep your eye on it. And of course, we have to look at Paramount because they're causing all kinds of chaos over here in the entertainment industry with Netflix and Warner Brothers. So we're keeping our eye on that soap opera. That's for sure. I don't know what even happened today, but it is a soap opera. Didn't Netflix say that they wanted to offer more money or something? I forget what the hell they said. I don't even know if that's true. What did Netflix say? I swear that there was news about something. Netflix could play a game of chicken to hike Paramount's Warner Brothers bid or something. Yeah, I did see something. I forgot what it was. Maybe that's what it was. I don't really remember, to be completely honest. But anyway, there you go with your Netflix, the new high-tech Bluetooth scarf. That's hilarious, dude. And especially Bluetooth, because I always found that pretty interesting how they call it Bluetooth, and people that are like hardcore cokeheads, they get Bluetooth, like their gums and stuff literally turn blue. I used to work with a guy, he was hardcore, and in a kitchen, and yeah, he had Bluetooth, and he definitely had like blue teeth. It's like entire, I remember saying to him, like, damn, and he was cool, and I was like, damn, bro, how much like Coke do you do? He's like, a lot. I'm like, I thought so. You kind of show it right on your teeth right there, that's for sure. So anyway, yeah, hostile bid right there with all them companies. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's a perfect name. The new high-tech Bluetooth scarf right there. And nobody would even know what it was involved. And you could have like some kind of synthetic Coke into it, and then it would feed right into it. You'd make sure it was fentanyl free. Could you imagine the market cap you would have for that? Holy shit. Because I can only imagine, not that I'm into it or anything. I never was really. The Coke scene, I got friends that were obviously into it, but I could only imagine that a lot of people steer away from it. I could be wrong. I have no idea, but I would just have to assume that people steer away from it today just for the simple fact that fentanyl is like everywhere and so dangerous and crazy, and it doesn't take much and you just don't even know. Or do people still do it? I have no idea. It doesn't seem like people do it as much anymore. I feel like you'd need like something synthetic or something. And then like it would be fentanyl free and people would actually like that. Then it seems like that would be you'd have like a home run right there. So anyway, just interesting stuff. And so there you go, Luis Rodriguez. Let's get to the drawing board. We have to start designing this brand new high-tech Bluetooth scarf right here. Let's get on the drawing board, everybody. And It'll be a group effort, and we'll all reap the benefits. How's that? We'll split the profits. So there you go, everybody. Anyway, let's keep on cruising right through. See what the rest of this list is doing. And the only one left right there was CHR. I know Doge Mama 9 had asked about it earlier. It wasn't looking too bad. It jumped up early this morning, then pulled back. It still needs to get out of that basement. Now, are they going to have an offering? That's the question. They had one back November 5th. But you never know. They could have another one or a reverse split or something weird right there. So you got to keep it out, look out for that, because that'll definitely drop it down. You know, when they get down in this area, they like to do it down there. So just beware of that. And yep, there you go with that. And here we go. Let's go through our Joey's Jams. We'll go through our laptop travel list, and then we'll roll right through our Mag 7 big caps and everybody else. And then we'll get through what you guys want to look at real quick. We were kind of on a tangent tonight looking at the old President Trump and Coke scarf over here and having a good time. So here we go. Let's rock and roll right here and get cruising through. Oh, I missed the BTGD. And you know, these guys are looking good. So we have to go through these because gold was way up. J-Nug, which was surprising. Remember yesterday I said, look at J-Dust just in case. And that one did pull back. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but that J-Nug definitely looks better. Let's put it that way. It does have that resistance above it, but it is curling up at the same time. We'll look at it tomorrow, obviously, and see what it wants to do. Silver wasn't too bad right there, running back up as well. Your REMX, that was running up, Luis Rodriguez. That one looks like a really good one. That one could continue up, and it does look good. And let's see what that SOLT is doing, because that looks way better, up 10% almost, and looking pretty nice. And that's your and that's your 2 times Solana. And here's your SOLZ, your Solana ETF. So you can keep an eye on these things. They are looking way better. We've been tracking them down, and you can see these guys getting set up. So it is definitely a good look for crypto and all these. So there you go. Have at that list as well. And there you go. So now we'll go through our Jolie's jumpers, and then we'll check out our laptop travel list. There's Galt right there. Joseph Levy. It is crossing through. It ran around. I know you mentioned it this morning, and it ran up early, then did pull back. It has an interesting look, to be honest with you. Let's take a better look at it and just see right here. And GALT. Yeah, I mean, it does look like it wants to get curled through there, Joseph Levy. Today could have just been one of them healthy pullbacks, and that's it. And Zach, unfortunately, just lost a best friend and former hockey captain to an OD due to fentanyl in the blow. So there you go. Yeah, I'm telling you, Zach, I have a few friends that I've lost throughout the years too. Basically to the same shit, and it's crazy. That's why we tell people you can't mess with that anymore. Unfortunately, it's just not something that you can even play games with, and that fentanyl is just so dangerous. I mean, it takes like so little amount to kill you, literally kill other people around you too, for sure. And like literally, I'm not even exaggerating, like 1 grain of salt worth will kill like a whole room worth of people. I'm not kidding. It really will. It is super, super deadly and dangerous. And it is. It's in everything. They put in all this shit. That's what, guys. Look up Kensington, PA. That's the fentanyl capital of America right there. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos that come out of there. I don't live too far. I've talked about it before. And just check out what that does. I mean, it gives you the kids call it the fentanyl fold. That's what the kids today call it online and shit. And there's videos of people on it. It's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it's just the most bizarre thing. These people literally, they fold up like halfway. Like, I mean, they bend in half. They're like contortionists, guys. It's crazy what your body can do when you're on that stuff. But yeah, I don't even know how any of them can even live, because they build up this tolerance. But it's just so crazy. It kills everybody for the most part, but sorry to hear that, Zach, for sure, because it's a shame. And that's what I think Trump talks about when he's talking about the drug war. And yeah, it's everywhere. And fentanyl, it's in everything, guys. It's like I'm telling you, they press it in pills and stuff like that. So even if you think you're buying pharmaceutical pills, sometimes they're actually street made pills, and they look exactly the same. And not only are they different, though, they press them with fentanyl in them. So yeah, it's crazy what goes on, guys, I must say. And so you got to be really careful, especially with the kids today, because obviously growing up, you grow up and experiment and party. You can't do that today because it only takes that one time and you will be dead. There is no coming back from that unless you get lucky and someone Narcan you or something. But I mean, you are it's crazy, guys. It really is, and it's an epidemic. It's like I said, look up videos in Kensington, Pennsylvania, Kensington, Philadelphia. It's crazy, guys. It's not far from me, that's for sure. Been there plenty of times, not for that, but I mean, I've been around there many of times, and yeah, I've it's a crazy area, I'll tell you that. And like I said, it's definitely the fentanyl capital of our country. That's what they call it. And it is no joke. They're trying to clean up the streets now over there a little bit, but it's rough. I'm telling you, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Trump has said that Biden has used an auto pen to sign certain Federal Reserve appointments, including pals, and says he will look into it. That's pretty funny. And now they're suing Department of War for war crimes for blowing up the drug boats. Well, there you go. Go ahead and sue away, I guess, right? But anyway, there you go. And let's go ahead and look at our Jolie's jams here. We're talking about a little bit of everything. See that? You just never know. You hop on this show and you just never know what the hell we'll be talking about. We could be talking about Coke Scarf Guy. We could be talking about anything. That's for sure. You just never know. And so here we go. Rhythm right here, pulling back, trying to get back into that rhythm. It is down there, so it should get back into the rhythm relatively soon. And Blink had been pulling back a little bit, and it's pulling back a little bit more. Let's see if it goes into the basement and under $1. Look at that bad boy. That's going really low right there. Blink charging. I guess no one wants any Blink charging setups. I don't even know what the hell they do, but it doesn't look like it's blinking or charging right now. That's for sure. Sezzle, we were talking about it. It ran up early this morning. Watch for any little pullback there, but that is looking good. And then your Sterling still just hanging out down here, but it does look like it's trying to get set up, and we know it loves to run pretty big. Rivian had been running up, not looking bad to try to run up some more. And then, of course, Symbiotic's not looking bad right there, so you can keep an eye on that. So there you go with your Jolie's jams. Thank you, Asian Jolie. And we'll cruise right through our laptop travel list as we have been lately. And you guys can get your papers and pens out or have your list ready. And you can mark down the ones you like right here, because I'm sure there'll be a couple of them. I've been marking down some, keeping an eye on them. Area right there was running up today, a little bit of pullback. And then BANL, CBL International, that's curling up and looking pretty good right there. And there's our Michael Anthony. There you go. Michael Anthony, you missed so many good things on this show. You missed Coke Scarf Guy, Michael Anthony. I can't believe you just showed up and missed that. It was so fascinating right there. We had the Trump speech on. They had I'll show you what it was, actually. When we get done all this, I'll show you, Michael Anthony, since you're just showing up from the Kramer show, I'm sure. How was Kramer tonight, Michael Anthony? Did he give out any good picks this evening or anything, any good news or anything? So keep us updated. You're our Kramer correspondent, and that's what you are. And BANL, this is your laptop travel list. And again, that one's crawling up, looking pretty good right there. And how about Blinn? Let's look at that one. And see, that one's trying to roll off the 20, not looking bad. Look at that curling up right there on the RSI. That looks pretty good. To try to cruise up a little bit more. Michael Anthony just got home. He was out partying with the with Coke Scarf Guy, I think. Were you at the president's speech there, Michael Anthony? This guy, is this Michael Anthony right here? I think we just realized who Michael Anthony is, guys. I'm pretty sure Michael Anthony's this guy. He was standing right next to Coke Scarf. He did say he's older. And I think we just discovered who Michael Anthony is. And he was standing next to Coke Scarf Guy, and Michael Anthony just got home. Holy cow. Look at that time. Look at that. That's crazy, Michael Anthony. I can't even believe we just realized that all just went down, and now we all know who Michael Anthony is. There you go, guys. So we often wondered, that's Michael Anthony, guys, and that's Coke Scarf, guys. So Michael Anthony's like, what the hell are you talking about? He has no idea what's going on. But anyway, Michael Anthony, just have a good chuckle, that's all. And we'll get back to that. I'll show you Coke Scarf Guy in a little bit. He was pretty fascinating. And you just kick off your shoes, Michael Anthony, and hang out and get ready. We're going through the laptop travel list, and then we'll go through the rest of everything else and see what's going on. So we'll look at your ABEO and your DLP and everything else that you want to check out. And let's go BLIN right there. How about that BTCT? Now this one's going to be really good because it runs with Bitcoin and it is setting up. So keep an eye on that. And then your BTTC, Black Titan Corp. That one's been beaten down pretty well and looks like it's trying to curl up, not looking too bad right there. How about your CREV, Carbon Revolution Public? That's in that channel looking pretty decent now. So there you go. And how about the Edible Gardens right here? And that thing looks like it's trying to move up. It was up 13% today and could run up a little bit more there for the Edible Garden. And EDSA, that's Edisa Biotech. That looks actually really good right there. At least it does in the regular hours, EDSA. And let's see. Yeah, that looks really good right there. I must say it doesn't look bad. That's for sure. And let's see what FEAM is up to. That's at 5E Advanced Materials. And FEAM looks like it wants to run. So keep an eye on that. And this GRAN, I know you said there was something about this laptop travel. I just kind of forget exactly what it was. But that thing looks great. I would say your GRAN is looks like a grand slam right now. Let's put it that way. Grande Group right there in Hong Kong, everybody. So keep an eye on your Grande Group because it wasn't looking bad. And let's see what's going on. And CBRL, Play, GameStop all sold off from earnings. They certainly did that, Michael Anthony. And yeah, Michael Anthony, he was at the live Kramer show. Michael Anthony was at the live Trump speech. Look, that's Michael Anthony right there, guys. You guys had no idea. And he was right next to Coke Scarf guy. Who's Coke Scarf guy? That was that guy. Is this you, Michael Anthony, right there on the screen? Is that you? I'm putting the cursor around your face right there. That has to be Michael Anthony. He must be a war veteran. He was next to Coke Scarf guy. And Michael Anthony is a legend right there. Look at that. I can't even believe you were right next to him. Pretty fascinating. But Michael Anthony, I'll show you what that guy was up to. It was pretty crazy. If you didn't notice when you were sitting next to him, he looked like he was tickling your booty too at one point. It was kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. But we'll get into all that in a little bit. Hold on. Let me get through this laptop travel list first. IPM right here. And people just tune in are like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And he just said he flew home that fast. He certainly did. Well, Trump gave you his private jet right there, Michael Anthony. He hooked you up and was like, Michael Anthony's got to get home for the Dougie Fresh live pick show. So we got to get him home immediately. So Michael Anthony gets first jet home so he can get in and listen to his other show. And yeah, they got you right home like that. Michael Anthony was pretty impressive. So hope you had a great night over there. And we're just messing around, obviously, and people tune in have no idea what's going on, but we're just joking around, having a good old time. We'll go through it. I'll show you guys. This guy right here was up to some crazy shit during this Trump speech, that's for sure. And I'm just making a joke that that's Michael Anthony. But anyway, here we go. IPM right here, Intelligent Protection Manager, jumping up there in that channel. Not too bad. And let's see what kind of loan this is. Manhattan Bridge Capital. That's running up and looking pretty good. That's for sure. And Maxon right here. That's that good old Maxon Solar Company. That's trying to sell. Remember, this thing used to run up pretty well. We used to look at this thing all the time. And that's not too bad right there, trying to get into that channel. It could run up. It looks like it bottomed out right there. So, again, you're starting to see things get back into a bullish state again. So, MDCX right here, not too bad. So, you got a lot of them right in that channel, looking pretty good to set up. Mogu right now, that one looks pretty good. Take note on Grand. It's a Hong Kong company specializing in something. Hold on, I got to look at it again. What the heck did you? Oh, all right. Here, I'm just gonna post that up there. It's a lot to read. They specialize in helping other companies launch their IPOs and something like that. So you guys can check that out. They had an IPO out in July, and the market is heating up right there. So with the IPO launches, I agree. So yeah, that Grand is looking pretty good. NCEL right here, that was up pretty big and looks really good to try to continue up. So keep an eye on that. And NEUP, Neuphoria Therapeutics, that doesn't look too bad, but I think NCEL might look a little better. And that N2 off or something, right? Yep, N2 off, Naito. That's getting set up. Look at that thing up 11%. It gets over that 50. That thing's going to blast off right there. That's for sure. And let's see a couple more right here for SSKN. Stratus Skin Sciences. That's trying to cruise up, has a little resistance over it, but could get moving. I know we've looked at TIVC. That's a healthcare system on medical device or something, and that thing is cruising up. We've looked at it the last few days or something like that, maybe last week, and it did look good. Excel brands not looking too bad right there. It could excel. The rest of this week, it's just kind of flat, but we'll watch that. And YMAT right here, J Star holding, and that is starting to look like a little J Star and run up. So there you go with that one. So there you go with our laptop travel list. Thank you, Laptop Travel. The market's heating up with them IPO launches. That is for sure, and it's reversing. It's downward trend and has a small float of 1.88 million shares. So that's probably that grand right here. And again, that thing's just set up in a great spot, looking pretty good. So you might want to keep an eye on that bad boy tomorrow. So that's GRAN. And you can look at that in the morning. I'm sure Laptop Travel will be watching it at 4 a.m. with the 4 a.m. Warriors. So there you go with that. And let's get through our SPY Mag 7 big caps, and we'll see what you guys want to see and what else is going on in the markets. So here we go. What's the overnight futures look like, guys, now that Trump just did his speech? And he also had good old Coke scarf there, but he also 0.25% decreases at 97%. So we're getting a rate cut right there. That's for sure. And so, yeah, let me know what they look like at the moment. And here's your SPY. I can hop on right here and take a quick peek at the Yahoo Finance. That usually tells me pretty accurately, I think. And let's see. I'll take a quick look. Let me see. Oh, let's see. S&P down 0.01, Dow's plus 0.01, and Nasdaq's down 0.11%. So nothing real crazy, I must say. And that is what's going on. Did they say anything about Trump speaking? Nope, just mixed as the Fed decision, small caps and silver miners rally. So nothing going on right there. Let's get to it and see what's happening. Our SPY was down a little bit. It doesn't have the greatest look, I'll tell you that right now, but it could easily get curled back up tomorrow. So again, look at it, trying to curl down right here, but it could easily curl right back up. Your Qs don't look too bad, and so we'll keep an eye on them. Your Qs look pretty good to continue up. Look at them. They're trying to curl up right there. So the Qs and SPYs were running a little different today, that's for sure. That's a little pullback look on there too. So yeah, you could have a little pullback going into your rate cut. And again, I would have to assume it's got to be priced in already. Everybody knows it's happening. I mean, everybody can look at Polymark and go, yep, there's going to be a 0.25 rate cut. There's not even a question about it. So I would say we'll be keeping. Did we look at Kodak? Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, that was looking pretty strong today, looking good. And let's see what else is going on with IWM. That was up a little bit today and not looking too bad, so we'll keep an eye on that going into tomorrow. Let's look at our Mag 7. Apple was down a little bit. Amazon was up a little bit, trying to bounce off that trend line, so we'll see if it can. And then Google trying to rebound back up. And again, I was surprised when it dipped down yesterday. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow going into the rate cut. Meta did pull back right there, hit the 50, wasn't getting through it. And Microsoft right here, that was kind of up and looks kind of set up right there to get moving. So Microsoft looking pretty good. NVIDIA has a weird look about it, I must say. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's actually weird that Beijing is set to restrict the access to NVIDIA's H200 AI chips in China, despite U.S.'s export approval yesterday. So I don't know how that happened, but well, I know how that happened, but I don't know how that's going to really affect it. It's just kind of hanging out, and we'll see what it really does tomorrow. I guess we'll see the reaction right there. So let's see what's going on with our Tesla right here, because it was up a little bit, not looking too bad, and Tesla could get rolling. So there you go at your Mag 7. How about your AMC? It was down a little bit, and it was kind of just dipping down. GameStop definitely pulled back on its earnings. I told you guys I wasn't messing with the options on the earnings. That's why I sold it a little bit early, but I'll take it, especially now that you look at it. I sold it up here. So I would say you definitely are winning when you do that. And then we'll look at it again to see if it wants to get set back up for GameStop. Chewy right here reports tomorrow morning before the bell. So there you go. and they have earnings, and you can see December 10th. So Luis Rodriguez did say it's before the bell tomorrow for Chewy. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. And Unity right here running up some more. Did look pretty good getting into the top, and we'll see if it can continue its way up there. Netflix dipping down a little bit, but I think it's going to try to bottom out right here. Could be a great opportunity under $100. I was saying that right there. So we should be looking at them option chains and seeing what's going on with Netflix. And then we have our semiconductors, AVGO, popping up there, looking pretty good. Should continue its way up there tomorrow. And MU right there was looking pretty good and should continue its way up for tomorrow. So there you go with them. And then you had your TSM looking pretty good for tomorrow as well. And obviously your SMCI is starting to get set up, and that is looking really good. So I would say keep your eyes on that one. SMCI, Luis Rodriguez was saying he was buying some leaps for that. So he's buying them far out. And AMD getting set up. And Laptop Travel's daughter likes this one. I like this one too. Look at that setup and curl up. That looks really good. That looks like it wants to get rolling. And then you got your QCOM right here trying to run up. Does look good. Snow had been coming down, and snow is in a blizzard right now. It is coming down right there. We'll see if it's done pulling back. And PayPal right here kind of pulling back and is just kind of hanging out down there. And then you have your Intel up a little bit, but I think you're going to get pulled back a little bit more to roll off that MACD for Intel. And then you have your Dells down right there. It had been running up, but it is pulling back at the moment. And then IBM, that one is curling up and looking pretty good. You can keep IBM on your setup list right there. It is getting set up to run along. And then Palantir and Sophie. Palantir was up a little bit today. It doesn't look too bad. We'll have to look at it tomorrow morning as we usually do. But there's your Sophie pulling back. And remember, I had an offering, so it is still pulling back. And then Mara and Riot are trying to get set up. Mara's up in that 20 like the rest of them. Remember, we were saying it was going to. The rest of them did it. Riot looks real good. And Clean Spark right here, not looking bad. So there you go. That's popping up. And then, of course, your MicroStrategy. It likes when crypto gets moving, especially Bitcoin. So that's cruising along as well. And then, of course, Robinhood and Coinbase, they're not looking bad. Robinhood down a little bit. Coinbase was up today, and Bull was looking really good today, that's for sure. So keep an eye on that because that does look pretty bullish, and we're all over that one. Space, big pullback there. Look at that. Hit some resistance. We'll watch for that to get set back up for Space. And Boeing, I guess my I was saying, I wonder if my option, if it runs up there like yesterday, pull back, so that's going to expire pretty worthless, which is perfectly fine. My second option I had ever bought last year. And Boeing, a little bit of pullback there. See if it pulls back some more. DJT's getting set up right here. You can see it curling up, looking pretty good there. Michael Anthony, I know you were tracking that one before. And Nike pulling back a little bit. We looked at Lulu. That was still pulling back right there. And let's take a look and see what our McDonald's is doing. MCD, it's up $1, just bouncing around right there. Disney had been looking better earlier and did do a little bit of pullback. Oxy was up this morning. ExxonMobil looking pretty good right there. And DXYZ, remember this one, guys, is running. And up there on that trend line, see if it wants to run up some more. So there you go, everybody. That's our normal list, and we'll go ahead and see what you guys want to look at. So give me, let me scroll through and see what's going on right here. I know we already checked out a few things, so let me see. I got to just scroll through and see where we left off on here. We were talking about Coke Scarf guy, and he was pretty wild. And let's see, Luis Rodriguez said he nibbled on the old LCID today, and I guess he's entering that one. January 16 calls right there. Ahead of the interim CEO speech tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. There you go. So keep an eye on that Lucid, and we'll definitely be checking that out. And we'll add to it next week. After hours runners, let's look at these guys. ASPC right here. Let's look at them over here so we can get a better look. ASPC, yeah, that SPAC definitely went running, huh? And then ENVB right here, that one was cruising along. And Envric Biosciences and GWAV, that green wave technology. Wow, look at that thing looking pretty good right there. HSPO, not familiar with Horizon Space. That's another like acquisition, probably a what the heck are they called? what the heck are they called? Shell company. That's what it is. A shell company right there. And that did go crazy. So there you go. CMG was at 61 at the start of 2025. Looks good. Needs to analyze the fundamentals right there. And CMG is at 33 right now. So there you go. And FEIM, that frequency electronics, is that's still running up, looking pretty good right there. Luis Rodriguez said we had talked about it the other night. I honestly don't remember it, but I believe you, Luis Rodriguez. So there you go. And Trump's background crowd, quite the demographic variety, carefully positioned. That's for sure. These analysts who did this, like jury selection experts, that's pretty funny. We did look at critical metals right here. That was looking pretty decent today, continuing its way up. It should. And let's see. Cracker Barrel did pretty bad. That we were talking about that one for a little while. Then we were talking about UNG and all that gas and stuff like that, natural gas. Hims right here. Let's see what Hims is up to. Hims and hers. That's actually looking pretty good to curl up tomorrow. That could cruise along right there, setting up, I would say, for HIMS. And let's see, instead of that, and we were talking about the Cracker Barrel CEO and all that good stuff. And then I was telling you guys that I was a chef at the NFL, and that was back in 08 and 07 and stuff, before 08, because if the strike was in 08, that's when I actually left. So there you go. That's the last time I clocked in and out of a job, guys, back in 2008. So there you go. Made that decision, and I stuck to it. Palantir right here, headed to 220. Where's it at right now? I forget. PLTR. Let's see. It's at 181, and you're saying it looks pretty good. It should curl. Just keep an eye on it. We'll see if it has any pullback right there. They got a new government contract using AI to help the Navy speed up design. Well, that'll definitely help out business, huh? So, yeah, that one, pop it up there. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Palantir, that's for sure. And let's see what else was going on right here. We had a great time with Coke Scarf. And let's see what else is happening right here. That's pretty funny. Santa's right behind that dude. That is Santa right there. He is watching. That's pretty funny. I didn't even pick up on that. Dude did look like Santa Claus. And yeah, he watched Coke Scarf's every moment right there. That was pretty wild, I must say. And let's see what's go. Yeah, Doge Mama 9, she zoomed in on the scarf dude, and something's definitely up on him with him. He's a little crazy right there. And let's see what else is going on here. We're having a great time with that. So I would say I have to keep scrolling down. Pepsi's down right here. They did announce that they're scratching like a bunch of favorite products or something. I'm not exactly sure. I don't like to see that because I have a bunch of Pepsi and I do get some dividends from it. But anyway, there you go. At your Pepsi, it is down, and Coke is going to be running up. Obviously, can we check the poly market on Coke Scar? How many times is he going to keep ripping off the scar? That would be great, Zach. Can you imagine if we went on poly market and it was like just in Coke Scarf, bet on Coke Scarf here? That would be amazing. And I don't see, is he up here? Time Person of the Year. Holy cow, it's going to be Coke Scarf 2025 Person of the Year. AI, Jensen Hung, Coke Scarf. Holy cow, this is crazy. He's catching up, guys. He's in the lead now, I think. Oh, man, this is pretty wild right there. And so there you go. Coke Scarf made the poly market Person of the Year time. They already put him right in the running right there. That's pretty wild. And very important Person of the Year, I would say. So there you go. And let's see what else is going on right here. We were talking about Trump's Mount Airy Casino speech or whatever. And let me see, he had some farm aid package today and some other stuff going on. We were talking about all that. Let me see if we're going. Joseph Levy still remembers the Mount Airy Lodge jingle. There you go. That's pretty cool. And Trump wandered off course into unrelated topics like attacking windmills for killing birds, mocking transgender issues, and opening conflicts in Congo, Rwanda, and Somalia. There you go. Well, anyone thinks he stays on point, or on topic or crazy, I'm telling you, he could go on tour as a comedian. He can just riff and just do his thing. But anyway, there you go. And let's see what's going on. Let me see what's up. We're just going through right here, talking about all this stuff. The original Monroe doctorate articulated by President James Monroe. and warned European powers against new colonization or interference. And something was going on, and he did the Trump dance, the Trump shuffle right there. And yeah, his dancing after all that stamina is incredible. I would say so. Lewis. This guy's like 69 years old, 79 years old, I think. He's out there running around dancing, and then the dude behind him has Coke scarf. He's got to have Coke to keep him up through the whole speech. And Trump's just sitting there blasting along, just going there. So there you go. Joseph Levy said anything. Wonder if anything's on Poly Market. There will be after my tweet goes out, Joseph Levy's. I think they're going to have to put Coke Scarf Guy on every single speech, and they'll get so many more people to tune in, and it'll be amazing. So pretty wild. Anyway, let's see. We'll get that tweet going. You guys will have to all retweet it out for me. How's that? So I'll work on that after the show with my night note, and I'll tweet it out. You guys have to make sure you retweet it for me. And let's see what else is going on right here. Let me see. We were talking about all kinds of stuff. JP Morgan got hit with a healthy dose of karma today. What happened with them? I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. Did they get shorted down or something? Yeah, look at that thing. It went way down. What happened? I have no idea. I didn't even see what happened to them, but they just dipped down, that's for sure. And let's see. We were even talking about fentanyl and all that crazy stuff. So yeah, 100% can back up. People are staying away from it, getting from people they don't know. Yeah, that's all crazy stuff. That galt we were looking at, we'll look at that tomorrow morning. Joseph Levy has an interesting look right there, that's for sure. So we'll definitely check that out. Let me see what else is going on. APP, we finally got down here. And APP, good old app loving. That one's cruising up. That looks like you got some momentum right there, Luis Rodriguez. And your Ethereum one's going to look real good. ETHU, that's your two-time Ethereum. That's running up, looking great. Adobe right here was looking pretty good today. They're going into earnings. Is that tomorrow or the next day? That is tomorrow for Adobe earnings, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then you have MST, that long micro strategy. Look at all them dividends this thing pays. That's pretty wild. Then it's going to split right there. That thing looks like it wants to run like crazy. That's pretty crazy right there. That look, Luis Rodriguez. And DLP right here. What, isn't it DLO? You didn't even give me the right one. Yeah, you didn't even give me the right ticker right there, Michael Anthony. It's DLO. I know what you wanted. D local limited. We'll keep it on the DL that you didn't even know you're in stock ticker. You put a P in there, and I'll show it. I'll show you. DLP is what you wrote. It's DLO right there, and it was curling up. It's not looking bad, and it will continue up right there. So there you go. And let's look at that ABEO right here and see what it's up to. ABEO. And Abiona Therapeutics, and that thing is trying to curl up too. There you go. Michael Anthony, not bad. Fitzgerald raised the forecast on this bad boy, and that more upgrades are coming out. Has so upside that a breakout is coming, that even earning and data has said all this already. So there you go. Thank you, Michael Anthony, and we will be keeping an eye on your ABEO. And UAMY, this thing's looking good too. It was setting up the other day, and it is getting set up right here. So definitely keep an eye on that one right there for UAMY. Put that on your setup list. And let's see. Michael Anthony was right. Yeah, Dave and Buster's came down today in the after hours. That's kind of pulled back. It's not looking too bad right there now. I know it did pull back initially, though. But actually, look at it, Michael Anthony. It kind of rebounded itself right there, so not too bad. GameStop did come down, and that one is pulling back right now. And then we were already talking about Cracker Barrel and plenty of that. So I should actually CBRL, isn't it? Yeah, I should actually clip that whole entire segment and just send it to Cracker Barrel. But like, here, guys, if you just really want to save the company, listen to what I said, and then just hire me, because I'll save you the company. If not, you might as well fold it up and sell it now while you can still get a couple bucks for it, because it's not going to be pretty it's not going to work out for you. So let's put it that way. If you keep the CEO, it's not going to work. So anyway, let's see what else is going on. Laptop Travels list is out. It's on the Discord right there. And then we'll take note of that GRAN. It is looking good. VOR, let's see what VOR is doing right here. That thing looks like it has some room to run. Vor Biopharma, not looking bad. And let's see what Alex and Baldwin are doing. Oh, that's interesting. Alex Baldwin, huh? Alexander and Baldwin. That thing went nutty right there. It looks like in the after hours. Is that true? Is it up there? I don't even know what the heck this thing's doing. Alex right here. Ella ran yesterday, and it's just sitting up there. That's what's going on with Alex Luis Rodriguez. Kodak did close pretty nice. Chewy reports before the bell. And BRZE right here. Let's see what that's up to. BRZE. And that is Braze, and that is jumping up in the after hours play. Like I said, that's Dave and Buster's just kind of hanging out there. Didn't really, I don't know. I forget what Ben even said. I think they missed their earnings. I forget, to be honest with you. And AOUT, American Outdoor Brand, that actually doesn't look too bad right there. I think they had their earnings today, it looks like, and maybe they beat their earnings. So AOUT, not even familiar with it, but it does look pretty good. Isn't Palantir going into a partnership or got a contract with the Navy? Yeah, something like that today. That's what they were saying. And what is that? CPB? I'm not sure. Campbell's right here. Oh, look at that big dip. After all their food is crap, yeah, their earnings are going to be disastrous probably too. Actually, it was up a little, but their EPS surprise was down. And this is another company. Their headquarters is right near me. Obviously, it's in Camden, where I told you is like a dangerous city. But anyway, I could help this company big time as well. I don't know what the hell they do over there. I mean, just the dumbest decisions. I have no idea. I mean, these companies, they have these board members. I don't know what the heck goes on. They pay these people a ton of money, and they make the most idiotic decisions I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, yeah, that reminds you of Cracker Barrel. I agree, Luis Rodriguez. I've wanted to reach out to this company for like the last 5 years and be like, yo, can you just hire me as a consultant? Because I don't even get it. Like, your soup is terrible. No one can even eat it. It's garbage. The only thing you can use on the soup end is like the cream of chicken, or the cream of chicken and the cream of mushroom. And it's like to cook with. That's all you can do with it. You can't eat it as soup. It's not even like edible as soup. You got to use it as like a cooking agent in a dish. I mean, it's like a sauce. It's crazy, guys. You can't eat the chicken noodle soup. It's so goddamn bad. It's terrible. I mean, it's been awful for years. And yeah, they want you to add water to it. I mean, it's so gross. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Anyway, that's Campbell's right there. They're falling apart too. And they own a bunch of shit though. But anyway, a bunch of other shit companies, a bunch of shit brands that are not good for you. Let's put it that way. That's what Campbell's owns. And so, yeah, there you go. It's CPB right there. Anyway, BFH, let's see. It does remind me that Bread Financial still going up, Luis Rodriguez. How about that thing? I mean, we said it would make you some bread. Why didn't we jump into that bad boy right there? Headlines tonight, the FOMC is on track to cut, but what comes next is the big story. It's really like exactly what the market is asking. It's really like, what is Powell going to say after the fact, I would say, is questioning and answering, and what the hell he talks about. The CEO got caught on a hot mic saying that they use synthetic meat and that he would never. Actually, it wasn't the CEO, Luis Rodriguez of Campbell's. It was an executive. I don't think it was the CEO, though. I did follow the story on this one. That's how I know. And again, it's a local company, so I do know it. CPB, they did fire that executive. That was like a couple weeks ago. It was definitely an executive that got. It wasn't the CEO. Not that I'm familiar with. I didn't hear it was this. They fired an executive behind there you go, right here, back in November. But yeah, I don't think it was at least I don't actually, do I even know if it was a CEO? I didn't hear. They didn't say it was the CEO. They just said it was an executive. So I'm not sure. Days after a former employee leaked a tape of the executive saying in the recording, Vice President of Information. That's what it was. It was Vice President of Information Technology. That's exactly what it was. I remember reading it. That's who they fired. So yeah, it was some guy, and he said that he wouldn't eat that synthetic meat. It's crap, and they don't even know how they sell it. So he was a VP. Yeah, he wasn't the CEO. He was a VP. You got it. Just to clear that up, the CEO did not get canned at Campbell's. It was a vice president over there of technology information or something like that had mentioned he got caught on a hot mic. An employee had recorded him saying that the chicken is fake and that the products are shit. So there you go. That's what happened. And that's Campbell's right there. So yeah, Campbell's and Cracker Barrel do kind of remind you of the same thing. Right now, I don't know what the hell's. At least the Campbell's never really went woke. They just can't get it together because their products are garbage, and I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're uh they're bored, and their consultants are like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do over there. I could fix that place real quick too, I would tell you. So anyway, what the hell? What do we know on this show? We don't know anything. We're a bunch of morons, and there you go. We just like to go through the market. And then we got to talk about this guy again. Check this out, Michael Anthony. I got to put it on for you here. Check out this guy right here. He is out of his mind. He is definitely Coke scarf guy. Wait till you see. He was sniffing his scarf and getting crazy. Ready? I'll show you. It happened around an hour and 25 minutes in. Right around. Well, so there you go. Ready? He starts putting stuff. He drops acid too, I think. I don't know. There you go. He clears his nostrils real quick. See, he's getting ready. Look at him. Here he comes. Ready? Clears his nose, and let's go. He's like, all right, I got a good breath in. Let's go, guys. Here we go. I'll take a hit of acid. I think this is when he pops his hit. Let's see. Is this what happens? We got to go through this again, guys. This is great. This guy is fascinating right here. Let's see. Trump's talking. Here he goes. He's like, I got something. Let me pop a tab of acid in my mouth, make this party really started and get this place crazy. Here we go. He's like zoning out, looking down, looking around, doesn't know what's going on. Everyone's going to clap. He's going to just pop some shit in his mouth, I think, at this point. I don't know what he does. Hold on. We got to see. When's this happening? I thought it already happened already. He's like, he's thinking about it. He's like, come on. Let's go. Come on, Coke Scarf. I didn't think it took this long. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing here, I think, guys, huh? All right. I guess I'm going to have to edit this stuff. Hold on. Let's see. Is this guy going to let me fast forward? Jesus Christmas. When's this guy do all this good stuff? There we go. There you go, Michael. Did you see that guy? Yeah, look. He gets crazy with a scarf. He drops him in his mouth, too. And he just starts like sniffing his scarf like a maniac and then sniffing his sleeve and popping out all these kind of hand gestures and doing crazy shit and then dipping behind this old guy. It looks like he's tickling his booty or something. I don't know what's going on back there. This guy starts smiling. Look at him. He's sniffing his scarf some more. He's like, yeah, that's some good shit right there. And then, yeah, so that was you, Michael Anthony, and we didn't even know. And you were standing next to Coke Scarf guy. So that was pretty fascinating right there. We're glad to see that you're okay. Look, there he goes. He had a little on his sleeve. He needed to get up. And now he drops that tab of acid. He's like, now we're going to get this party started, guys. So that's when he starts kicking in the acid. He's like, I think in about a half hour, we should be feeling real good right here. And let me get another little bump right there off my scarf. And then every time Trump moves, it's just going to be like trowels rolling everywhere. We're going to be crazy tripping. And then we'll have some Coke. And we'll have a real party right here at the White House. Almost like if Hunter Biden was here. I guess he's celebrating because Hunter Biden used to do it. I don't know. Maybe it's one of Hunter Biden's friends they planted in there. I have no idea, to be honest with you. But that is Coke Scarf guy. And hopefully he goes viral tonight because I'm definitely going to try to make that go viral. So you guys better help out the cause because I'm going to have to do some good editing on this one tonight. But anyway, he wiped his butt and why he smells it. Is that what he did, Michael Anthony? Well, he might have done that. You might be absolutely right there, Michael Anthony. I like your sense of humor. Definitely a good one right there. Printed fish. We never forget about this STKH right here. And there you go. Hey, look at that thing. They're trying to 3D print some fish right there. It looks pretty good, actually, in Israel. And that thing does look like it's trying to go up. So very interesting. So there you go, Michael Anthony. Glad we're you caught that quick jet home from Trump, and you were hanging out next to Coke Scarf right there. So he's flagged by Irish biker guy. Yeah, you're not kidding. And look at this dude. This dude's a big dude right there. This guy's a party guy, too. Look at him. I haven't even noticed this guy over here. He looks like he was hanging out partying. He was definitely, look at how he's rolling his jaw, too. I think they were hanging out. I didn't even notice him. This guy, but he doesn't look all strange. He's just all fucked up, having a good old time. He's just partying right here. Look at him. He's like, yeah, man. He's just a hippie, like having a good old time. This guy, I'd worry. I think the FBI or the Secret Service had to have gotten a hold of this dude. Look at this guy. What is this guy doing up here? Actually, we might have to rewatch this whole thing and check this dude out too. Who's he talking to? What the hell is this guy doing back there? Is he talking to himself? Oh man, we might have somebody else to watch here. We might have to go through this and watch every single person and just see how fascinating this is. This dude's pretty good too, I must say. Look how he's like, he's trying to find. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, wave your hat. This guy, he's hardcore. No one wants to mess with this guy right here. I don't blame him. He looks like he might hurt you. Santa Claus right there. He's watching everybody. Christmas is coming around. What is this dude doing? This guy's pretty funny too. Not as good as Coke Scarf, but this guy is pretty good. We might have to watch this guy too. It's pretty good hair. Look at this fro right there. This dude I completely missed him because this guy's so big he just gets lost. But so we might have to keep an eye on him. This crew looks way too normal over here, I think. I mean, they just have it together. The Persian guy right here, he looks he's got a pretty wide mouth. I mean, holy cow, what the hell is he just screaming right there? Jesus God. This show is crazy, guys. Where did they get these people? Do you think they had to like enter a lottery to get on here? I mean, this dude looks like he's whacked out too. I must say, I didn't notice him because I was so fascinated by Coke Scarf guy. But this is one fascinating ass show right here with Trump. This guy might be a good guy to watch too. He's just a little too low, and you can't really see everything. This guy just got like he's totally completely out there. Who'd you say Hobbit guy on the lower left? That's I was just getting to him, Luis Rodriguez. Thank you. I was gonna say I can't really see this guy. He's just like a little dude over here. All you see is glasses. It's like the dude from Home Improvement that used to just like peek over the fence, the neighbor guy. I forget what the hell his name was. And then he would talk to what was that guy's name? Tim Allen or something like that. But yeah, you would never see like anything. You would just like see what his eyes or something. Is that all you would see? I forget. That's what that reminded me of. I don't know. I have all these old 80 references coming back to me. Like I said, my long-term memory is coming back a little bit. And so yeah, somehow I just remembered Home Improvement somehow, and things are just setting off my memory. It's kind of cool. I like it. It's like these things that just happened to me. I don't know. And again, you guys know I lost my memory completely, so it's kind of pretty neat. It's like things have just happened in my life that happened. They seem like they're just like coming back to me, like I'm just reliving them or something. I don't know. It's kind of bizarre. But anyway, yeah, where does Hobbit dude go? He got lost, that's for sure. I don't know where he disappeared to. This guy's definitely fascinating up here. I'm not gonna lie. He looks like he was definitely partying out in the White House parking lot before they got in. And and the Coke Scarf guy, I mean, he might go viral, this dude right here. I mean, he might be amazing. So anyway, there you go. He's like cracking his neck. He does. This guy's pretty good too. We might have to have they might have yeah, point it out, Santa Claus. Tell him what's up right here. This dude just looks way too excited. What are they even talking about? It's kind of fascinating. Wilson. Bail bondsman on the left, on Trump's left elbow. Let's see. This guy right here, he is a bail bondsman. That's so great, Luis Rodriguez. He does. He looks like he just came out like the mafia or something. Like he's like a hitman. You're right. He's a bail bondsman. Bail bondsman right there. And this guy over here, he's like, I don't know why I wore a freaking suit, but some reason I showed up in a suit and tie, and all these maniacs showed up ready to party, and I'm over here dressed like an idiot and holding a sign. No one else is all. I got this guy next to me snorting coke off his scarf. I'm over here in a suit and tie, holding a sign like a moron. He's like, what the hell did I get into? He didn't get the memo that they were going clubbing and partying with a coke scarf over here. This dude, he's like, I'm gonna dress just like Mini Trump. And sorry, buddy, but you don't look like Mini Trump, and you look a little out of place because everybody else looks like they're just hanging out, like they just got picked out of a crowd. They didn't know where they were going. And you look like you showed up to, like, I don't know, be Mini Trump or something. I have no idea. But anyway, that's my take on the Trump thing. And well, The Wilson, that was his name. Oh yeah, Wilson, that was his name. Laptop Travel. Thank you. I was asking what his name was. I thought you were talking about that ball, that volleyball in that movie. I was like, what are you talking about? What is that? That Tom Hanks movie? Is that like Castaway or something? I have no idea. I could be right about that though. Is that Castaway, that movie with Wilson? And like he's on an island with a volleyball. I know I seen parts of. I don't know if I ever even seen that whole entire movie, but I just remember he like talks to a volleyball. And isn't that thing's name's Wilson, maybe? Because it's a Wilson volleyball, I would assume. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. But yeah, Wilson, that was the name of the character that used to talk over the fence to Tim Allen. You're absolutely right, Wilson. So thank you. That was good stuff right there, Laptop Travel. And here we go. So there you go. We're ending the show with our bail bondsman. I can't even say that word. Bail bondsman. There you go. Our Persian guy right here. And then we got this guy over here. He's Mr. Jolly. We have Santa Claus. We have the guy that didn't get the memo. He wore a suit. He didn't know not to dress up today. And then, of course, our favorite two guys, Michael Anthony and our Coke scarf guy right there. So there you go. We're going to end the show right there because that was a lot of fun. We extended it out a little longer than we probably needed it to. And this is the second time or why this thing's been over for a while. I just hope I can get it the feed again. I guess if I go to the white, it depends if they recorded it. That's why I'm keeping it up on here. So I might have to like record it off of my. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do. I have to get this video though of this guy. I'm sure it's somewhere that I can get it. And Kathy Woods right behind Trump's head right there. That's funny. Is that really? It could be. All right, all those. I wouldn't know what she looked like if is Twitter down again? I have no idea. The Cloudflare, someone verify. Let me see. I'll tell you real quick. Is Twitter down? It looks like you did post something right there. I'm not even sure. Laptop try. It looks like it's trying to update or something. I think I'm not even sure, to be completely honest with you, if it's down or not. But yeah, I have no idea. Does anybody know if X is down right here? Let me see. I'll go on my app and see what that looks like real quick. And let me see if it's working over here. I have no idea. It has been down a lot. And the White House, is that still hosting this thing? Oh no. I was gonna say that's oh wait, is this thing still on? Oh man, I have to keep that on my phone. Somehow I had it on my phone still. Yeah, I got it on my phone. It was still on there when I went on my phone. Somehow I have no idea how. Maybe some dude's watching it and replaying it. Maybe he's doing commentary too. Mario, somebody. Maybe that's what the case is. I don't even know. I just clicked on it, came on, but I definitely have to go back and record these things and check out Coke. Maybe he found Coke scarf guy, Tex Coke scarf guy. That's it. And so yeah, Kathy Wood hiding back there and just popping out every once in a while. And is that really her though? I have no idea what she looks like. I couldn't tell you what she looked like if she fell on me. So I wouldn't know what Kathy Wood really looked like, to be honest with you. Could be her. I have no idea. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a fun market review and also a fun little Trump remarks on the economy. We have no idea what he talked about. All we know is that this crowd behind him was super interesting. This guy is having a blast. Look at him back there. He is definitely partying in the parking lot of the White House. And we also know Coke scarf guy came prepared to party. He's dropping hits and everything else. So there you go. I'll have to check out what Kathy Wood looks like, huh? What's she look like? Let's Google her. Let's see. What's Kathy Wood look like? I have no idea. Here we go. The ARC CEO. What is she? That's her, huh? I have no idea what she looked like. Couldn't have told you that she looked like that if I had to have. Huh. Fascinating. Well, there you go. That's what she looks like right there. Now let's go back to this and see this lady over here. Or that one. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this. Yeah, there you go. I see you're talking about that lady. Definitely looks like her. That's pretty funny right there. You're not kidding. Yes, outages reported on internet that X is down. And there you go. So I told you what he said. IO was following. There you go. And yeah, when are they going to figure this shit out and stop having all this stuff go down all the time? It's kind of bizarre that the technology can't work. Again, we have all these data centers in all these other countries that are easily exposed and can just get hit at any time, and then we don't have internet for like a week. It's crazy, guys. So I have no idea. They got to get that cybersecurity all figured out and better. But yeah, it looks exactly like her, but you can't see her because yeah, I see you're talking this lady right here with the dark hair. I thought you were talking about this lady. You're talking about this one right here with the dark hair with the glasses. I agree. She did look like her. So there you go, everybody. That is your White House speech from Trump delivered on the economy. We have zero clue what he's talking about. It is like, where's Waldo over there? There he is. Waldo's right there, as a matter of fact. We found him. He's in the top left corner. He wasn't very hard to spot out today. And so, yeah, that is your market review right there. That's what your market looked like. We'll see what it looks like in the morning. And we will be on at 7 a.m. as usual. Tomorrow is Fed decision day, although we already know that it's going to be a 0.25 decrease right there because Polymarket tells us it's 97% and it's always dead on the money. So there you go. We know that's going to happen. And let's see what else will be happening. The market will open up, hopefully green, maybe off of Trump's remarks. I don't really know what he said, so we can't even base it off of that. We just know that Coke Scarf guy is going to take the internet by storm tonight, and he's fascinating. So that's about all we know. JP Morgan was pretty red there. Huh? That was the big red one. And that is what the market looked like. And crypto was looking pretty good. And it still does as Bitcoin's over 92,000 right there and is in a bullish trend looking pretty decent. So thank you for everybody for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Louis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel. And of course, Michael Anthony. He did a really fast return from that Trump speech right there. He was hanging out right behind Trump and then right next to Coke's what is this Coke Scarf guy right there. And then he even made it home in time to catch the end of the show. So thank you, Michael Anthony. And of course, Robin and Zach and Joseph Levy. And of course, Doge Mom and Nine and Robin and everybody else that was hanging out. Who else was there? Deleted was hanging out, and a few other people on there to say in the beginning as well. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on X, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. And hit the like button on your way out of here. And be sure you definitely retweet when I post out the Coke sweater or the Coke Scarf guy. What did I say? Coke sweater, Coke Scarf guy. When I tweet that out, you better all retweet that bad boy. So I'll have to get to work now and try to get that footage because that is fascinating right there. So we'll be on at 7 a.m. as we do our pre-market show Monday through Fridays at 7 a.m. And of course, we do this show Sunday through Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. Ever have any questions, shoot a message to me on X. I respond to everybody. Any questions about Discord or anything else. And there you go, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I will try to make that video of Coke Scarf guy and everything else and have that all out there. And we'll be ready to rock and roll for the market tomorrow morning. So enjoy your night, everybody. And I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night.